Okay, this week on Convincing Idiots, and it came from Gen X, we will review different things we've watched, different things we've seen, different things we've heard. And we have the idiot question of the week. DC, are the changes good? Are the changes bad? Do we agree? Do we like them going forward? And the main topic, the main course, it is we are having a party. This Christmas spectacular that we're enjoying, the combination of the two podcasts together, we are having a party. And in this party, what are we bringing? Music, food, TV, what are we bringing to our Christmas spectacular? All of that and more this week on Convincing Idiots, and it came from Gen X.
All right, test.
And welcome to the podcast, welcome to the vodcast, welcome to the broadcast. Boys and girls, welcome to the show, the Christmas Spectacular Show. This is Convincing Idiots, and it came from Gen X. My name's Dean, the Zennial.
I'm Brian, Gen X.
I'm Skinner, Gen X.
I am Porter, Gen X.
And I am overwhelmed by Gen Xers. I'm a millennial, and my name is Nick. And if this is your first time joining any of us, you apparently are new to podcasting in general, because between these two shows, we have been taking over the airwaves for years now. That's right, years. I said it plural. We are Convincing Idiots, and it came from Gen X, as Dean mentioned, joining together this week. We are each separately groups of 3 different friends who get together weekly and discuss pop culture, nerd culture, music, movies, sports, whatever we want to talk about in any given week. So if you've not already done so, please feel free to like, subscribe, rate, review, all of those things on all of your favorite social media platforms. And where would you find those? Well, if you're looking for Convincing Idiots, you would simply Google Convincing Idiots Linktree, Linkttree. You can also go to our website, that is convincingidiots.wordpress.com. You can also on there find places in which you can listen to our podcast on your favorite podcast platforms, as well as so much more. We also have a merch store. Feel free to go see ways that you can go help out the podcast. It Came from Gen X can be found on their Linktree. That's right, they have their very own. We have a forest in podcast land.
Right.
Theirs, just Google It Came from Gen X Linktree, same spelling, Linkttree. You can also go to their website. That is itcamefromgenx.wordpress.com. So, 'tis the season, right? To be around friends and loved ones. I am gathered together here with some of my friends, Michael Skinner and Keith Porter, and my loved one, Brian Fisher, and Dean's here as well. And we're just getting together. It's the holiday season. We're having a virtual holiday party. And
And we just, he snuck in the side door there while we were carrying on and having a good
I'm
time.
gonna stick it in your back door.
But well, before we get too deep into the festivities here,
It's gonna be deep.
like I said, we're getting together, combining forces this week to get together for the holidays. This is probably long overdue. As you know, if you've listened to either one of our shows, we've mentioned that Brian doubles on both of our shows. So Brian is a member of both podcasts, and we're colliding.
That's right. You heard it first.
Here.
Brian goes both ways.
He sure does. That is correct. That is correct.
Dean, Nick.
Yeah.
Which one of us is the wife and which one of us is the side chick?
You know what? I like to think you guys are the wife, not only because you're older, but also because you guys were there first, and so technically,
Okay,
right?
You could have just said that. You didn't have to say older. You could have opened with there first.
The reality football days was you guys were courting, right? You're dating.
Fair enough,
Then you
that's
got
right.
married. It came from Gen X, but Convincing Idiots is the young thing on the
This
side.
year,
So there you go.
slut.
Young and a little embarrassing. He doesn't want to take him out in front of his friends.
Yes.
Make sure he goes to a seedy motel. You know.
I tell both groups they're the main thing.
Of course you do.
You guys are the main
Of
thing.
course
Those
you
other
do.
guys, those other guys don't have it together just yet. You know, it's you guys.
But you guys.
Yeah.
Do we
that's
know
right.
there's not a third podcast he's working on? We don't know.
I don't know that.
You don't know that. That's right.
So anyway, we're joined together. Brian, why don't you start us off? So being that you are the main thread that ties this whole thing together,
Pivot man.
why don't you go ahead and maybe tell us what you've been up to? If you want to dig into the backstory at all of any of this or whatever, the floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, just real quick up to last weekend went to see Ace Frehley in Kent with an old friend of mine, Jim Cunningham. We met 35 years ago in 1987. That's the first thing we did was go see Ace Frehley together back in 1987, and we're still seeing him. Had a great time last Friday in the Kent stage. Yes.
Did he play Snowblind?
I think he did actually. Yeah.
Awesome.
I think he did.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Could I mention that Nick told Brian to go ahead and explain his friendship with Gen X and with us, and he ends up talking about somebody completely fucking different.
There is a third
There
person.
is a
I'm gonna get to
third
that.
chick,
Thank you.
and he just came out with that.
I think Jim is the baby mama.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's right. I'll get to that. Then on Saturday, I had a nice evening with my daughter, my lovely daughter Peyton, and her boyfriend Joey. Went out and saw a live band and went out to Luigi's Pizza. Had a great evening. Yeah, but I'll just say the quick story here, real quick. And so Keith, he's been on our show before. He started this whole thing. So he had an idea. He wanted to do a football show.
So blame him.
To blame him, exactly. He showed up at our buddy John Cooper's house and said, we're going to shoot a Facebook video and talk about football. And so those two started to do it. And then he started to bring in other guests and go around at people's houses and do things. And then Keith eventually invited Skinner and then invited me. And then once the four of us got together, we kept doing that football show for, gosh, couple seasons there.
Couple seasons, yeah.
Right.
And then the football show ended. We wanted to keep going in the off season, and that's what sort of sprung the idea of it came from Gen X, so we could do, just keep it going all year round and just do different topics and stuff like that. And then my experience on the football show, Dean, Nick, and I talked about putting a podcast together years ago. We mentioned this on prior episodes. So my knowledge I gained from doing the football show allowed the three of us to do our own podcast here. So, because of Keith's idea and pushing us to do something, got it going.
I get one a year. I get one a year. Yeah.
One good idea a year. Yeah. So it's been a great ride with everybody. I enjoy doing both shows and
way to make it count, buddy. Nice job.
That's right. So it's been a pleasure. And well, honestly, it brought all of us in our own friend groups closer together. It really has. It's kept us all more connected. And so it's been a great experience. So
and the most important thing is we got to meet Porter, so that's really the best part about all this.
And irony and all that. My idea for this year is to quit, so that's funny. Good to meet you.
Keith, why don't you keep it going, Keith? Any so what you've been up to, and any thoughts you have on all this, whatever. Go ahead.
Well, you know what? It's amazing how an idea can spark something because I obviously didn't invent podcasts, but I got tired of everybody every year saying, "Man, you should have your own football show," because I just always predict what's going to happen, and I just was seeing
Steelers going to do this. Steelers going to do that.
Your pie hole.
Yeah, that's what that's his football knowledge.
Your Cleveland Brown hole. And so anyway,
Cleveland Brown hole.
Just seeing what everybody else was doing. You know what I'm saying? And it's just amazing what's come from it. But it's like brought people together. But you know what though? I think the best is yet to come. I think we're just scratching the surface of what's going to happen here. You know, we're not getting in on the ground floor of social media, but we're doing our thing, and I think we're doing it pretty doggone good. And I think better things are going to come from this. So I'm really excited about it, and I had a great weekend. By the way, my son took me to the range. I got to shoot for the first time. You know, I've been sitting on my block forever, and finally got to fire that sucker 100 rounds. We shot about 200 rounds, and so that was pretty an amazing day. And just came from the studio tonight, laying down tracks. My bands were doing a Christmas song and shooting a video for it. We recorded Rock On. We're shooting a video for that. And we're going to record YYZ by Rush to shoot a video for that and put it all out. Yeah. So I'm excited. Nice. But good to see you guys, man. Good to be back here with Nick and Dean. And I'm looking forward to this train wreck. Now let Piehole speak.
Yeah, the best things to come when he stops talking about the damn Steelers and how bad they are. That's when things will be good, you know?
I haven't even mentioned them.
No, you know, real quick, I think back that first time that I was on the air with you guys, it was in my basement at the other house. And I remember, I'm like, okay, these are two of my brothers I've known for 20, 25, 30 years. I was nervous as hell. I'm not going to lie. You go back and watch that first episode with me.
Oh, my God. You couldn't even speak.
I couldn't speak, and if I did, I was talking like a goddamn robot.
You know, like a deer caught in the headlights.
But then Fisher came on, and he was like I think he was what broke the ice for me, because not only did we have to have Keith and John there, but with Fisher, made things a lot smoother, and we just kept getting better and better. I thought we got funnier and funnier with that other show. Unfortunately, football is so flooded. That's why we decided to do something different. So, but yeah, I go back and watch some of those old episodes, and it's like, God damn, Skinner, would you loosen up already, for God's sakes? Yeah, it was terrible, but I'm so glad we're still doing this here working on 4 years now.
That's amazing.
My better half sits over here. You know, I'm downstairs at the corner of my bedroom, and she goes to bed early too. And she'll look over every once in a while. She just shakes her head. She's like, I can only imagine what's being said on the other side of the microphone. So it is good to meet you guys on screen. I feel like I know you guys. Well. You know, we got to get something together where we all get together, hang out, drink some beers,
I haven't met Nick.
Some sodas, and
next Thursday.
You're not missing
Thursday.
That's
next
right.
Thursday.
This is it.
Yes. Are you guys coming Thursday? If so, that's great. We'll have a beer then. So
yeah.
Hey, Nick,
glad to be here.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I don't want to correct you, but when you were giving out the, media places where they can find the shows, you forgot one important one.
Boss Code Media.
No.
I did forget Boss Code. I did forget Boss Code. I usually do them, but I had so many websites. It's like double the duty this time. I panicked. I crumbled under the pressure.
But you totally forgot Men's Toes of all races. Don't forget that one.
How can I forget? It's saved. You know why? Because I never have to type it.
I'm trying to write this down. Hold on.
It's saved in my favorite places. I never have to type it. You know what I mean?
That's how we make our long green,
Yeah. I did, by the way, since we're circling back, I did forget to mention Boss Code Media, which if you've listened to Convincing Idiots, you hear me say it all the time, but came from Gen X on there as well. Boss Code Media is available on any of your app stores on your smartphone or your smart TV. It's a bunch of original content from content creators all over the place, and we both happen to make the cut on Boss Code Media, so be sure to check out Boss Code TV today.
That's right. And I'll add, Skinner, all these years you're only slightly terrible now. So just yeah.
Well, that's a step up from being just god awful. So I'll take that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, improvement is improvement.
That's right.
Take what you can get.
Dean, how are you, sir?
I'm good.
All right.
Cool. I've been great. I had a great weekend. I did. We went to 2 Christmas parties this weekend. My wife's with the union, so we went and the kids got to sit with Santa and all that stuff. And the Grinch was there and made cookies and reindeer food. My Christmas party was at the Works in Cuyahoga Falls, which was a lot of fun. They have got duck pin bowling, which is like it's a short bowling lane. And it's a blast. They got the Ninja Turtles, like a new Ninja Turtles arcade game, which I beat that night, by the way.
Nice place.
Go me. And it was a really cool place. So had a lot of fun. And also not to brag here, but I'm gonna, because it's pretty incredible. My wife got me a PS5. She couldn't wait to give it to me for Christmas, and multiple people got lucky on that because Lane here, my oldest, say hello, wave, hello. My oldest here on winter break. My youngest Oliver upstairs. They've been enjoying the PS5 as well. So very very spoiled. But
I'm playing, but I'm remembering the pact.
Right, you can't. And she got so that brings up a good point. She got us the new Spider-Man. Well, it's not new because it came out with PS5, but the Miles Morales game, which is an absolute blast. Yes, incredible game, so much fun. So don't go any further.
Tell him I said go to bed.
I know, we made a pact.
Keith says go to bed right here in the bottom. He said,
I'm coming over with a pair of flip flops and a bag of nickels.
Oh, he's gonna beat you with flip flops and nickels if you don't get upstairs.
All right.
Can I keep you? Can you make them just go to bed like that anytime?
Anytime, brother.
All right.
Do I have to pay for you to beat me with the flip flop and nickels?
We need to call it
Can I?
Like I said.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I do. I scare children.
Yeah, that's right. Good job. Well
Very
done.
good at it.
So
I don't want to say put the words fear boner out there, but if you want to come over with flip flop,
are you gonna leave a window open? Or am I coming through the front door? What? I don't know.
Oh, the closet door's open, buddy. Come on in.
All right. You got a pool or a pond or a place I can bathe.
I don't think anybody wants to see him trying to go through a window.
There may or may not have been a story where Keith may or may not have been nude walking around my home one evening.
Oh, he wasn't walking. His ass was he was streaking. I wasn't walking.
If this ends up with him getting stuck in an opening and you trying to paint his bum like a reindeer or a deer on the wall, I've heard this Winnie the Pooh story before. I feel like I've been here.
Was he completely nude or was he doing Winnie the Pooh? T-shirt and nothing on the bottom.
I didn't
naked.
Actually,
I didn't even have on hair grease.
As we can see Porter right now, all we know for a fact is he is wearing a red T-shirt. We can't see that's Winnie the Pooh attire. Last I checked.
Yep,
that's right.
Red T-shirt, nothing else. But no, good weekend. Christmas parties. Played some video games. Had a couple hockey games, but it was fun weekend. Good and all in all. So I guess if Dean would like to share it with us, the mystery that is his weekend, he can do so now if he'd like to.
I don't think you really deserve it, but I'll give you a little bit.
Okay.
I watched. It'll come up in the reviews. I did go and see, and I'll give you a little preview. Violent Night.
Yes.
Oh, I want to see that.
I'll preview that in a little bit. But we made cookies with the kids.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm just kind of hung out with the kids. Didn't do
with or without weed. Is it
with the kids? That's without. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
next batch.
But I did have to smoke some, in order
to bake cookies with children.
No,
I can't get over the dichotomy here of Albert Einstein juxtaposed to Moe from the Three Stooges. What is?
Oh, well, if you see the Albert Einstein picture, he is with Charlie Chaplin in Charlie Chaplin's older years.
Okay, I didn't know
that is that picture. And then you have the Three Stooges in the back.
Okay, look like
And then the most important thing, Keith, that you need to see, and I don't even know if it's on camera, but it is the Hall of Fame Legends poster of the Cleveland Browns. All of our Hall of Fame.
No, I know
if anybody can appreciate. Oh no, there's a lot.
No, I
can't see it. Bobby Mitchell to Jim Brown. Yeah. So I figured you might appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. And on the wall underneath the Charlie Chaplin picture is the photo of all the Browns championships, Super Bowl appearances.
Yes. right next to that list, great Jewish sports legends. Right?
That's right. That's right.
No, you guys are talking about Hall of
First
Fame.
of all, let's not insult Rod Carew here. Come on.
That's true.
All right,
real
so
quick,
go
My
ahead.
cousin was in town from San Diego, and I took him to the Hall of Fame. We went through the tour. It was pretty cool. You know, first time, as soon as you walk into the damn gift shop, it's that goddamn black and gold that stares right at you in the face.
They
You
put
think
the best up front.
being in
What did I tell
Canton,
you?
it should be the Browns. All you run into is that god awful black.
I
And
rest
gold.
my case.
I don't
I
understand.
rest
that.
my case.
I'm a Browns fan, but I do have to give it up to the Steelers. At least they have enough respect. At least they have enough respect to write what they are on their own towels.
Thank you, Gene.
Terrible.
And
Is he not getting it? They write terrible on the
right
because
over
they're
his head.
terrible.
That's a typical Steelers
you're
fan.
going to
It
pay
goes
for
right
that.
over their
You're going
head.
to pay for that one. You're going to pay for that one.
I let you in.
Yeah, you
There
did.
you go.
Hey, at least we hide most of our rape convictions. So. Got respect.
Well, you're just getting over there getting away with murder, though.
That's right. Yeah. All right. Why don't we go into some reviews here, guys? If you saw anything interesting, now, do you want me to start with you, Dean? So,
Okay.
you saw Violent Night. Why don't you give us a review, sir?
Violent Night. It is you take Santa Claus and you add Home Alone and you add damn it, the
Hopper from Stranger Things.
yeah, well, he plays Santa Claus.
Yeah.
He plays Santa Claus. And actually Beverly D'Angelo plays the mother in it.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very good. But anyways, you have Die Hard. That was the movie I was trying to think of. So Die Hard, Home Alone with Santa. You mix it all up, and it's just it's violence porn, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, it looked like fun.
Wow.
It is probably the only movie I remember seeing in the theater that made me. It wasn't like a jump scare. It was more of like a oh my god. Like there was a scene that was so the violence, the act, whatever you want to call it, happened, and it made me cringe. It was freaking awesome.
All right.
They did a great job. The story is it's Santa killing people. So if you go in there not expecting Casablanca, because
Nice.
I heard some of you haven't seen Casablanca, so
Shame on you. Greatest
right.
movie ever
that's
made.
right. How dare you?
Rick's
But yeah.
the man.
It is fantastic. I recommend it. It is going to be a holiday staple for me going forward.
Very good. Excellent.
Okay,
And
you're
also-
casting stones there. Oh shit, Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I'm getting to it.
You're casting shadows there for
I'm
Casablanca,
getting to
Indiana Jones.
You got to put 30 years of movies into 30 days.
He's comparing Casablanca to Indiana Jones. Are you serious?
Yeah, there's no comparison. I mean, Indiana Jones is
Go
fun
back-
and cool.
Go
but
back 30 years
come on, if
before
you're
that.
looking at
No,
if you're looking
no,
at it as a film itself,
I wasn't talking
Casablanca
about comparing the movies. I just mean the timeline.
No. Mr. Toes over here hasn't seen Indiana Jones. That's what I'm getting at.
oh, I know.
Yeah.
I listened to that episode.
Shameful.
Never,
nothing
not
to
one of
do.
them. You've never seen Indiana Jones, eh?
Hey, millennial.
No, none of them.
Shut it.
None of them.
I've seen
None of them.
Indiana Jones, dude. All of them, even the shitty Crystal Skull one. I've seen all of them.
I sat through Shia LaBeouf. God damn it.
Anything else, Dean, you've seen?
Yeah, one more real quick because I know there's a bunch of us here. Has any of you seen the show on Netflix called Murderville?
No.
Well,
No.
you're
It
really
is-
dark, aren't you?
No. This is a comedy. It's Will Arnett does this improv thing where he and the rest of the cast has a script and they take a celebrity, blindfold them, bring them onto the set, and they have to figure out what's going on by.
Oh, I know what you're talking
All
about.
the
I've seen the
actors.
preview for it. Okay.
It is fantastic. I watched a few episodes tonight, but they have
There's
the
a Christmas one.
episode.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
with
Things all
Jason
dark.
Bateman.
Have you guys seen that show, Kill Your Mom with a Pitchfork?
What can I say? I'm in the holiday spirit.
I'll have to check
I
that one
highly
out.
recommend Murderville,
Okay.
especially the Who Killed Santa episode.
Okay.
Yeah, Will Arnett's fantastic in it. He plays like the lead detective, kind of a gruff, kind of late 80s, early 90s style. I lost my kids and my wife's divorcing me and I got nothing left. That sort of thing. So, yeah, I highly recommend it.
Cool.
Very good.
Who's
All
next?
Check that out.
Skinner, you see anything interesting over the past week?
No, it's been too damn busy for me to watch anything this week, unfortunately.
All right,
But that-
Keith. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'd say, yeah, with Michael's wedding and the family in town, I just said, it's been busy whirlwind. So
Yeah,
be glad to
you've
get
been
some
on the
quiet
go.
time again.
Sure, absolutely.
No.
Keith, you see anything interesting?
Yeah, I got a couple of things. I was looking forward to this segment. I didn't know we were going to do it tonight, but I'm glad we did. On Netflix, I came across a series called Warrior Nun.
It is so good. I keep trying to recommend it to these guys.
Oh my gosh, it was just an amazing show. There's this sect of warrior nuns, and one of them is chosen to have a angel's halo put in their back inside their body, and they just get these amazing powers. And during the transference one night, because the main nun was dying, the enemy busts through the door, and they had to put it in another room inside a girl who was dead that they had just brought in, for morgue purposes. And she wakes up.
And not only was she dead, but before she died, she was a paraplegic.
Yeah,
so she never
was.
walked.
And she just wakes up, and she's Jackie Chan. Man, really awesome. You got to check that one out.
Okay.
But Fisher, Skinner, since you guys always getting on me for not watching old stuff that I should have watched, I have started a show that took me 20 years to watch. Everybody swore it was great. Can't believe I never watched it. I mean, I'm totally addicted. It is as good as everybody said. 24.
Oh yeah, that was a good,
About
that was a
damn
very
time.
good show.
I
I've
know
never
it.
seen it.
Hey, I'm working my way down, Skinner. Give me a break.
Yeah, I was an avid 24 watcher when it was on. I thought it was very.
Oh my gosh,
concept.
loving
Yeah.
it, loving it. Little far fetched, but you got, it's TV. You gotta.
Well, if you go back 20 years, that premise had never been done before. So it was pretty cool
In
to
real
watch
time,
it in
yeah.
real time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Watch
very
it 20
cool.
years later, you kind of lose the gist a little bit. But,
Just
hey,
shoot
I'm
me
glad
down.
you're watching
You ain't
it.
gonna give me no credit, or just shoot me down. Well, yeah, you're watching it, but the thrill is gone.
It's not as
Yeah,
good
right.
now. If you would have watched it when it came out in 2004 or whatever, it
You
would
should
have
have
been
seen it when it came
Well,
out.
it's funny
Hey,
because you
Porter.
say that because I was forced to watch Avatar finally. That thing's been out for what,
Are you
20 years?
kidding?
Wow.
10,
Avatar?
it's been
No.
10.
So my dad
I've
calls
never
me
seen
and says-
Avatar either.
Okay, so I wasn't the only one. I just saw it 2 weeks ago.
I didn't ever watch it because it looks dumb, so that's why I never watched it.
We've never called Dean smart, so that's not good company,
Okay.
Skinner.
So my dad calls me.
Yeah,
What was
nobody has ever.
My dad calls me Friday morning and says, "Oh, by the way, ABC has the Avatar on tonight. You should watch it." I'm like, "Okay, Dad." I watched it a couple days ago, and it's really good. The thing is, after all the Marvel and DC that we've watched over the last 12, 14 years, the incredible graphics and everything that Avatar had 20 years ago is nothing compared to what we got today.
And that whole type of filming where the actors wear the cameras way up because they're bigger. That's the same thing they use for Thanos and some of the bigger characters in the Hulk.
If I want
So
to watch a cartoon, I'd watch a real cartoon.
Yeah. So I am interested in seeing the new one because it's going to have today's technology. It's probably I'll be able to understand it or get the wow factor that everybody's had for the last 20 years.
Watch it, Dean. It's a great story. Man.
I feel like those movies too, like and kind of in theme of what you said about 24. Not necessarily you have to see it when it came out, but it's like movies like that are made to be seen in like IMAX. Like it is an experience.
Yeah,
like it is a fully immersive. Like it's got to be 3D IMAX. The whole like go all out because it's just visually like stunning. And maybe smoke a little bit before you go too. It's
How come
maybe get some jazz
from
cabbage
one of
going.
these groups ever come out and say, "Yo, it was a great documentary on global warming"? We never hear that.
Yeah.
you got to be blue or from outer space or
right. You gotta paint a picture. You gotta walk people along a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
You
watch
can't
all sorts of documentaries, but I don't bring it to here because these two aren't classy enough to know about this stuff. So I keep all that to myself.
The history of Linda Lovelace does not count.
But the movie was scratch and sniff, so it was fine.
Nick, have you seen anything, sir, for the past week?
I've just been plugging away on some of the shows I was watching. I finally finished Dead to Me season 3, and I guess that was the final. Like, that's it. It's done. It was 3 seasons and done. Christina Applegate, Linda Cardellini, Skinner, and Porter. I don't know if you guys have seen this on Netflix, but man,
I've seen it.
Good,
the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, dark comedy, like really well done. But this is the 3rd and final season. Ends in on a very interesting note. I'll just say that without giving anything away. But just super well written. I love the style of comedy that they do. It's just very dry and dark, and like it's just fantastic. But definitely some really heartfelt episodes coming down the stretch here, and it was just an incredible show. Absolutely loved it. Like I was telling you guys last week, I don't think there's anybody I wouldn't recommend it to. Like, you might not like it. It's just good. It's just really well done. So I finally finished that up, and then what else? I don't know. The story, I know it's not a TV show, it's not a movie, but the storyline of this Miles Morales game is pretty fucking cool. It's kind of like Spider-Verse, but it's different. And it's like the Prowler's involved, but like he knows that Miles is Spider-Man. He's taken over for Spider-Man. It's a cool storyline. So I'm only 25% of the way through game, but I do recommend the game. It's awesome. These games anymore are insane. Like just the graphics. Like there was one part where like Miles is wearing like this sweater, right? And he hugs this girl that's his friend or whatever, and she comes in the apartment, she hugs him. And as she drags her fingers away from his sweater, you can see briefly the prints of her fingers where they drug across her sweater. And then it's amazing. You can see every like hair follicle like on it's just wild. But that's really
awesome.
cool. And then I did watch kind of a throwback movie. It was kind of, I don't know if you want to call it an action movie necessarily, but it's definitely got some high intensity moments in it. Definitely in tone with the holidays. It kind of takes place at all. It's like a little Die Hard-ish, but not quite. But 1996 is Jingle All the Way. Just a fantastic crime. Great holiday movie for the family. Great action sequence at the end. Great. It's a throwback to when I was like 8. You know what I mean? It is.
Oh my
God. Jingle All the Way.
Delete him.
If you guys don't know, If you guys don't know, it's my personal mission at some point on every episode of, it doesn't matter what time of year, to at least bring up Jingle All the Way. And then if I can't bring it up during Christmas, I have to work my way into reviewing the movie in some way or another so these guys don't know. So I had to, and this time of year I'm watching Jingle All the Way like every other day. So let's go. Here we go. It's Christmas time.
It's a good movie, but you got
He's a masochist.
But it's not a freaking throwback. I was like 30 years old when that came out.
Good Lord. We're throwback, Skinner.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, nobody said vintage had to be bad, right? It's a good thing. Look at Jingle All the Way. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
There we go.
Very good.
That's about it for me.
That
What
is a
about you,
good
Brian?
movie, though. All kidding
Thank
aside,
you.
it's a really good movie.
Thank you. These guys, see, I'm switching teams. I'm going to that podcast.
It's not first time you switch teams.
All right. Well, I did. Speaking of vintage, I did see a couple older movies last weekend.
Old home videos?
No.
Oh.
North by
You don't want to see
Northwest.
those.
North by you don't want to see some of those. Yeah.
They're
North
not
by
even
Northwest.
talkies yet.
That's Alfred Hitchcock, North by Northwest, Cary Grant. I just came across it on the streaming. It's free on, I think it's Amazon Prime. Never saw it before. So just a great suspenseful movie.
I'm confused. I always thought that was a music festival.
Nope. Nope. Cary Grant gets mistaken for a spy, and then it's just a whole adventure from there. Pretty interesting. Keith, I watched Casablanca last weekend.
My man!
Hey.
Yes.
Is that not the best?
Excellent movie. I agree with you.
Excellent movie.
Yeah, Humphrey Bogart.
The
at
satire.
top of his game.
And Inspector Renault, he was funny as heck, wasn't he?
Yeah, just a like you say, great movie all the way around.
Good for you,
Great
man.
acting, good love story. The whole bit, fantastic.
Definitely my favorite movie, hands down.
Yep. And
was there anybody cooler than Bogart in that movie?
Nobody.
Yeah, he was great.
Nobody. He was so what's the word I'm looking for?
Sexy.
No.
I'll give you that though. I'll give you sexy. rugged
Yeah.
and cool. Rugged,
Smooth,
like he had,
man.
Not
Smooth.
smart mouth, but
Smug.
Yeah, very,
that what
very
you're looking at?
smug, sarcastic.
yeah, sarcastic. Yes, that's what
Yeah.
I'm looking for.
Yeah, absolutely.
And speaking
very
of
good.
vintage, I talked to a
Mhm.
couple of old girls on the dating app too. Just want to let you guys know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we saw those. We saw
Do
those
you recommend?
vintage gems.
We follow. Yeah, Keith shares some of these dating profiles, and it's like it's pretty amazing what people put out there anymore. It's like when you get older, it's like I don't give an F
Yeah, it is
anymore. I'm
straight
just telling you. Here's a picture I have. Is it my best picture? No, but it's a picture of myself that I have, and just what they want. It's just very demanding. It's really pretty interesting.
They wake up out of bed, they go clamp, and oh, you better have your own car, and you better this, and you better that. And,
Right.
I'm not a one night stand. They're like 68, no front grill, this eyes closed.
Amazing.
Like, are you
Really,
serious?
It's not a joke.
Yeah, I showed it to them.
Yeah.
and in the age section, it just says, when I sneeze, dust comes out my ass.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So here's one of those profiles that says Kathy 42. She likes the bud, but not cigarettes. So
Right.
she likes to Netflix and chill, or maybe she just likes to chill. I don't know.
It's
Maybe she
fascinating.
likes Budweisers.
Yeah.
I got one from a guy
She
named
was
Raymond.
420 friendly.
Raymond.
Raymond, yes.
Yeah.
Marcy looked at that and she goes, "Is that a dude?" I'm like, I'll leave it at that.
I got my work
Hey,
cut out
we're
from
going
Doug,
out
so
Sunday.
let's say that.
We're going out
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Brother got bills.
Dogs gotta eat.
And then she looks at me and she goes, "Does Keith bat from both sides?" I'm like, "No, he's just playing around."
Who said that?
He's not batting on both sides, but he does take training practice.
I'll see what's wrong with warming up every now and again. I mean,
I'll get to you in a minute. I want to see Marcy now.
You want to see Marcy now?
All right. I also saw Amsterdam, so I'll just add that to my yeah. There you go. That stopped everybody.
How was it?
Amsterdam. It was decent. It was a 2022. It's a decent movie. It's on HBO Max for free. This movie, it's packed.
Talking to us.
It's packed full of stars. It really is. So Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, Taylor Swift is in this
Oh,
thing.
yeah, new movie. Yeah.
Taylor
yeah.
Swift.
Rami Malek. Yeah.
If Taylor Swift's in it, it's all class.
Yeah. So anyways, it's set in the 30s. It's kind of a murder mystery. So it's all right. It's not rated that well. But like I said, it's free on HBO Max. Just from some of the acting and visual I don't know, just the way it was shot was okay. So it's worth a watch. So check it out.
Cool.
Not gonna be any Academy Award winners out of it, I don't think, but it's still an interesting movie. So
I'm gonna do my normal role and interrupt here because I just remember I fucking watched Bullet Train. That thing was awesome. If you
good movie.
Get on Netflix now and watch
Owen?
Bullet Train.
Yeah, very good.
What was that?
Is that the Owen? No, the new movie, Bullet Train.
Yes,
That Brad Pitt.
New Bullet.
Yeah, that looks good.
It is awesome. It is a throwback to just old, wild, action movies. It is very Tarantino-esque, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It
I agree with
has that feel to it. But yeah, highly recommend that. That was fun. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it. That's it. So, all right, guys. So we're going to take a break here, and then we're going to come back with a few pop culture headlines, a couple things, and then we're going to get into our idiot inquiry question of the week. Talk about some DC changes and what our thoughts are there, and then our main segment this evening is going to be all about Christmas time. So favorite Christmas content. We'll get into Christmas songs by favorite artists, like your best version of a Christmas song in particular.
There's going to be 10 minutes of us all singing the Dahu Dore song from The Grinch, like the Who's.
Exactly.
Yeah. Join hands and sing it together.
That's right.
I'd like to break the fourth wall, Brian, and workshop the idiot inquiry of the week name. None of us, every time we say it, we stumble on that idiot inquiry. So
that's because you don't say a lot of words well, though. So that's
true.
not. I mean,
that's true. But he stumbled on it. That's because he's got probably false teeth or something. I don't know.
All right. So we'll be right back. Speaking of bullet train,
jibs.
That's right. Speaking of bullet train, this train wreck of an episode is going to continue right after the break.
And I'm going to put a bullet in my head.
What you give a busy executive who hasn't a minute to spare? A Timex quartz with hands, accurate to a second a day. What you give a super mum who's cooked Christmas dinner? A Timex dress watch, perfect for timing the turkey. What you give two young people who wish Christmas could last forever? Two Timex watches. Christmas presents that last and last. Trust Timex to solve the present problem.
Welcome back to the shit show we're calling Gen X and the Idiots.
Yeah.
Hope you've enjoyed the show so far. We're going to go into some pop culture and some pop culture history. Take it away, Fish.
All right. Thank you.
Big old fish.
That's right. So some an unfortunate death in the world of pop culture, guys. Just to pause and recognize Stephen tWich Boss. He was a longtime DJ on Ellen DeGeneres' talk show.
I think the word you look for is tragic.
Passed away last week. Yeah, only 40 years of age.
It's also he was a judge on America. I don't know if it was America's Got Talent, but he also was a judge.
No, he was a contestant on So You
Can Dance, right?
And Star Search. He's a runner-up on Star Search too.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, very talented guy. I know him basically because my wife watches she loves those dance shows, like So You Think You Can Dance and stuff. She was a big fan of his. It is really sad just because it's like, once again, it just goes to show you it doesn't matter. You might look at this guy's life and all he has and the talent that he has, he had 3 beautiful kids, beautiful wife. I mean, the whole deal. And, it just doesn't matter how glamorous or glorious your life looks from the outside. What someone's going through, they can't escape it. You know what I mean? If something's really getting at them, and there's definitely, if you're feeling like that or having those thoughts, people need to reach out for help. We were just talking about, Jason David Frank a couple weeks ago, a guy from the Power Rangers that, I grew up watching, and same deal, always positive energy. Same with tWich, man. He's just one of those guys that just always had that big smile on his face, that big grin, very uplifting, very positive.
He did take his own life. Is that's confirmed?
Yes. That was my understanding. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they say.
But, yep. So very sad.
Well, I had said it in the past. I don't know who this gentleman was. I don't know anything about him, but I do just want to reiterate what I had a couple weeks ago. That the number 988, just like 911, but now in America, 988 is the number for the suicide hotline. If this time of the year, holidays are rough for a lot of people. Things get weighing on people's minds. So if anything's out there and you guys, anybody is feeling down, feeling anything of that sort, reach out to a friend, family, or dial 988. And like I've always said, we would rather hear all about it than do a 10-year funeral. So please reach out.
And I just want to add to that. If you think somebody might be suicidal, the number one thing to do is ask them. Ask them.
Straight up.
Yep.
Don't sugarcoat it.
It's not a comfortable thing to say, but yeah,
right.
I mean, it's not. Just like you said, it's better to do it than to live in regret and wonder what if.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well said, guys. Okay, so Dean did not want to mention this, but Vanna White has been on Wheel of Fortune for 40 years, so congratulations.
Dean and his vendetta with Vanna White is unrelenting. He just, I don't know what it is.
It's like Skinner or Tom Brady.
Yeah, I don't know. Just,
did she turn you down or something, Dean? Is that what it was?
Well,
were you a letter on that board?
No. First of all, the fact that Tom Brady and Vanna White both look like the same person at this point. I mean, let's get that.
There you go.
That's the same build.
Wow.
Wow.
All right,
they both look like somebody's bougie aunt.
Vanna. I never got to see what the big thrill was about her. God bless her. 40 years on the same show. She's an icon, but I never saw what the big deal was about her.
Yeah, it's just a thing. It's just a. Well, you had to have somebody manually turn the letters when the show started. They did not have the technology to just flash the letters up there. And then you don't need a person to do it anymore. It's just the whole
you didn't
thing.
You didn't back then, though. You could have had somebody behind the board.
I suppose.
They just, it was a gimmick of having the legs there and the.
We've literally replaced human cashiers and people on the other side of the phone with your bank or credit card with machines. But Vanna White, that job is locked down forever.
Yeah, she's still doing it until she retires.
Those touchscreen letters forever.
We have replaced people narrating videos on YouTube. You got computers narrating videos.
Right.
Yeah.
With horrible vernacular.
Yeah. That's right. All right. Well, congratulations, Vanna, for a long career with Pat Sajak there. Oh, so
my
this
boyfriend told me to listen to this podcast. It sounds like this.
That's right.
He's from Akron, Ohio. Right
horrible.
Right next to Vasillin.
Yeah. Horrible. All right, so guys, this week in pop culture history, December 14th, all the way back in 1977, Saturday Night Fever was released in theaters. In my opinion, the movie was John Travolta was a fan. Seeing him dance in the movie is worth seeing the movie itself. But in my book, one of the best soundtracks of any movie, in my opinion.
Brian, if I may interrupt, you're 100% correct. It was one of the best soundtracks of all time because it featured one of the greatest bands of brothers ever to record music, and it was none other than Barry Gibb and his brother Robin. That's right, none other than the Bee Gees.
Heavenly,
great soundtrack, fantastic soundtrack.
Excellent,
awesome.
And again, with the fear boner I got now.
That's right.
That's right, Dean. I have stricken fear in both your heart and your penis.
Did you say penis or panties?
We don't.
You be the judge, Dean. You be the judge. Whatever works best for you.
I agree with you, Fish. It really was because it struck lightning at the right time. Not only was the movie humor, but it encapsulated a movement, the disco movement. So it was just the timing was perfect. And man, just a great song, great movie, great story.
Absolutely. Definitely catapulted John Travolta back then as well. His movie stardom.
Oh, twofold, as a dancer and as an actor.
You're right.
Yeah, he went from there to Urban Cowboy right after that.
Yeah, and every movie after he was like notorious for his dancing as well as his acting after that. So he cleaned up.
Yeah, very good. If you've never seen it, like I said, if you just see the scenes with John Travolta dancing at the disco, that's worth watching it in itself. So, yeah. All right. And then in 1978, December the 15th, now we're shooting this on December the 15th, so the Laserdisc, also known as Disco Vision, came to the United States. So, I remember a friend of ours. I remember Chuck Wiley that we went to school with.
Yeah.
So his family had a laser disc, and I remember back then he had a handful of discs, including Raiders of the Lost Ark. Not to just to mention that, but so we watched.
That's an Indiana Jones movie. That's an Indiana Jones movie.
He's got a whip. There's a hat. You should see it sometime.
Han Solo.
Indiana Jones with a laser disc.
Yeah.
The Curse of the Laser Disc.
So this was before VHS. So this is supposed to be the new thing for a little bit here, and it certainly did not last too long. But I remember at the time it was definitely a decent grade of video, and you could pause and rewind and things like that. So it just never took off.
Look at it this way: the Laserdisc is to the DVD what Betamax was to the VHS.
That's right.
One of them had to survive.
Yeah. No, I think you're right.
Yeah, DVD survived. VHS survived. I mean, none of them now survive, but at the time.
Hey, it's still going to catch on, just like my Zoom. Any day now.
Your zoo?
Zune.
Oh, Zune.
Zune?
Oh, yes. Yeah, Zune pods. Yeah, absolutely.
Any day now.
Get on the ground floor on that one.
Absolutely, buddy. I bought 40 of them. I'm going to sell them.
And that's a fine investment there. A fine investment.
There you go. You can also look for NFTs of Keith's feet. You contact the show.
I've been on the waiting list, buddy.
NaturalHairyToes.com.
That's right. Check it out.
Check me out.
All right, and then December 17th, all the way back in 1989, was the first 30-minute episode, the first full episode of The Simpsons. It was a Christmas episode.
Wow.
Shows it portrayed the story of how they got the dog, Santa's little helper, how you got the name and everything.
Yeah.
So
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Nixon, Comet, Cupid, Donna Dixon.
great scene in that first episode. I've seen this episode tons of times over the years. It's definitely one I like to go back and watch around Christmas time. It is a nice story, but the animation was a lot different. The voices, obviously, they were just there was all new to them. It's definitely to go back and watch it is interesting. And as we know, it's been on the air ever since. What's that?
I saw it when it debuted.
Yeah.
And 10 years later, Nick was born.
That
seems about right.
Well, that first one, the Santa's Little Helper one, that was the one on the Tracy Ullman show, correct? Or
no, this was the first.
This was the first standalone episode. The other ones were the shorts on Tracy Ullman.
Yes.
Okay,
that's exactly right.
That's right.
Yep. And then it was on the air ever since. It has not left the air ever since 1989. One of the longest running television shows. Period.
It's incredible.
Yeah, quite the run.
Damn.
All right. Let's get into our Ask an Idiot segment. Does Dean
doesn't what is that? Because it didn't feel. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that segment.
If you listen to the first segment,
Nick,
Dean,
I need you to take a bag, like a big bag. Fill them with dicks. Fill them with dicks and just eat them up. Eat a bag of dicks. That's what I need you to do. Eat a giant bag of dicks.
Have you heard the first segment? Dean publicly disgraced me on globally.
First of all,
very odd move as an employer, as an employee of one Podlander, Brian Fisher. Very weird.
Couple things. One, I named Idiot Inquiry originally, so I'm more questioning myself. Okay. I just brought it up to you.
Well, I felt like if it needed to be questioned, Brian would have done it, and he didn't. So let's just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Is that Hillary Duff behind you, you child?
Yes. Don't listen, baby.
We'll talk off the air. You know what? I before I get into that, I did want to mention. I forgot to do this. In all seriousness, speaking of globally, that made me think of this here. We do see some listens here and there across many countries across the globe, and we did happen to notice that we've picked up a few listens in Ukraine. On both podcasts, I should say. So it could be the same person listening to both shows. I don't know.
They love them some Brian Fisher in the Ukraine.
Well,
who doesn't?
In all seriousness, really. I mean, if you are listening to us in Ukraine, our hearts are with you guys in the U.S. and I know for all of us here. So
absolutely,
we know it's a very difficult winter coming up with a lot of power being knocked out over there and everything. So I'm sure people are afraid and cold or whatever it is here. So if you are listening to this still and we give you some form of mild entertainment or anything of that kind, we hope it brightens your day.
That's in case you get more than what other people get.
That's right. That's right. So if you hear us out there, Ukraine, stay strong. And we're behind you and thinking of you all the time here. So Just wanted to mention that.
Much prayers, yes.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so our Ask an Idiot, is that finding?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So
You know what?
No, this is news today. This is big news today in the DC movie news. So Henry Cavill. So now he, of course, was Superman. Then he wasn't Superman, and then it was announced that he was going to come back as Superman. He made a cameo in the new Black Adam movie, and he went on social media today, as did Peter Gunn, and basically stated that he's now no longer moving forward to play the role of Superman. And by the way, if you
They're
ever read
dropping
his...
Black Adam too.
Are they?
And Black Adam, Man of Steel, and Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Yep, dropping them all.
Yeah.
Well, Black Adam hasn't made what they thought it was going to make, and they're just going a different direction here. By the way, if you have not read Henry Cavill's statement, you should go check. The man is class 1,000%.
Yes, I'm reading it right now.
Yeah. So just terrific, So and unfortunately, he stopped doing his role on The Witcher, so hopefully he can at least get back into that or something. I don't know. And he is going to be
Hemsworth.
Oh, did they really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Henry Cavill's already announced that he's going to play some role in the Marvel universe. We don't know what that is yet. Some say it might be Dr.
Mr.
Doom.
Marvel. Yeah, I heard Dr. Doom. I heard Mr. Marvel. Mr. Marvel.
Okay.
There's a few rumors out there.
Okay. Well, I'm sure he'll do well, whatever he does. He's a great actor and everything. But
He's been fired before. He's been fired before, right? From this role. And he's come out the same thing. I'm taking this for what it's worth. I'm taking this on face value. Because I think the original statement was they're not going forward with those series, right? So Wonder Woman, Man of Steel, who's to say he can't... they're not going to do a Superman version, not Man of Steel. You know what I mean? Look at the wording of the statement. And he's said goodbye before. I'm just saying is he's so popular in that role. He's so good in that role. Until I see a different Superman, I'm not believing it.
I saw where they're going to go with like a younger version of Superman, like earlier in his life or something like that is the direction that they're going to go.
Who would you do?
Timothy Chalamet. Give him every role.
Yeah, for real, right?
Well, so let's talk about this for a second. You already mentioned a couple other projects that they're not moving forward with. So do you like this direction that DC is going, where they're taking some of these movies that haven't been the best? I mean, let's just be honest. That they've kind of had some clunkers with some. We've talked about the last Wonder Woman was horrible, terrible.
It's an easier conversation to say the ones that have been good, because it's
you're right. You're exactly. There's not as many good ones as not so good ones in the DC universe. I think we all agree with that. So there's some decent ones, but more bad than good compared to Marvel.
Look who has a hold of the reins there. James Gunn, right?
Right.
James Gunn is he kind of livened up the MCU with the Guardians of the Galaxy, right? With the colors and the
that's how
humor.
He got this whole job, and I think
exactly. Well, he also he was the one. He's the one behind the what was the one with the
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker,
yeah.
And the Suicide Squad, the new one, yeah.
And I think that's the universe he wants to build. I think he sees what everybody else did before, and let's face it, it shit the bed. Great actors. I love the people in the roles, but he wants you to associate his universe with his people, I think. It's kind of like any boss or a GM of a football team comes in you get a new GM, he fires all the coaches, he wants his own players in there, his own people. And I think that's what James Gunn wants.
You're not completely right, though, Dean, because one, I think he's a little bit overrated, but two, he's weighing his whole career on this. Because you just got rid of some very popular people. Bad movies, but very popular people. Gal Gadot, Henry Cavill. That's a big, big move. I hope you say true. Don't try to bring your vision into it, because I don't want nothing to look like Peacemaker. I don't want nothing to look like Guardians of the Galaxy. But stay true to the DC vision.
But he's also not directing them. He's playing the same role Kevin Feige is in the MCU. He's the overlord. He's the
Right.
He's the holder of the universe.
Okay, well, his mission has to line up with the director. That's for sure.
Right.
No,
He's
but
going
I
to
just
find
hope-
his directors.
I just hope that they stay true to the DC universe, is what I'm saying. They're so way off base. They took a lot of chances. They changed
They went
Wonder
too
Woman's
dark.
outfit. They the whole Man of Steel. That was a total different amalgamation of Superman. I mean,
Why did you say Martha?
just stays true to that. You know, that's all I'm saying. I would love to see someone respect the comic book a whole lot more. I know you got to change things from Hollywood, but I want to see somebody respect the comic book more. Hopefully that's what he will do. I don't think those movies were terrible. I love Man of Steel.
I did too. The first one was great.
Yeah. So, but
no. I'm not going to agree with you on Superman vs. Batman. That was.
I hated it the first time I watched it.
That was hot. That was hot.
I watched it, I really appreciated it.
I've seen it a few times,
Me
hoping
too.
to get that reaction, and haven't got there.
The first time I saw it in the theater, I thought it was great. I was like, that was really cool. And then I went back and watched it. I was like, no, it's kind of dumb.
See, I flip-flops. I hated it when I first saw it. And I watched it again. I appreciate this.
Okay.
They became best friends because they have their mothers have the same name. Right there, that statement there describes that movie.
Yeah,
I don't think. I think what it was is when she said that's his mother's name, it humanized him to brute Batman.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
I do understand
he saw him
that,
as an alien,
getting
and as an alien threat, and then it kind of humanized him. He said,
I get that, but it was such a quick, like when you're writing a movie, it was such a quick turnaround. Like, you know what I mean? It was like an instant. And you're like, he's literally about to stab him to death, and then that.
Look at Justice League. Look at Justice League. Same thing. A lot of stuff we had to put together in our minds, and then Zack Snyder comes along, makes the movie an hour longer, and some stuff is explained. How do we get here? So a lot of stuff didn't get explained in that movie.
But with all of that, that's why we're going to have a new Superman, a new Batman, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, remains to be seen. Hope he does a great
clean
job.
the slate. Let's start new. Let's start with the universe that you have with the Suicide Squad,
like the
with those
Cleveland
characters.
Browns. Get rid of everybody. Get rid of owner.
I mean.
Now, Brian will agree with me, but the real question here is how much Martian Manhunter can we expect to be seen in this? Because that's
Nicholas,
the real, that is the hero of the DC universe.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, I think they're on the right track with I think we all like the Robert Pattinson Batman. That's like a truer version of Batman in the comics. Dark.
That's not the same universe, though.
Absolutely.
That's Sony.
But still, that's okay. It's still a good storyline that they can continue with. I think the Shazam they're onto something there. Perhaps if they don't screw it up, it'll be interesting to see. But I'm not excited. I still haven't seen Black Adam. I'm just not. I thought
it was great.
I'm just not excited.
I thought it was fantastic
to go see it.
Everybody that's seen it loved it.
It was awesome, but not a whole lot you haven't seen before. But there's a few special things that are primo in that movie. I thought it was fantastic.
I think I will see it at some point, but it's one of those things where I'm like, I feel like they've got a home run on their hands. You got The Rock in a superhero movie, and it's like. It's this great thing, and it's the superhero that's never really been explored before on the big screen. The people don't have any of these ideals or anybody else that's ever played them. It seems like it would be a smash hit, but every trailer I've ever seen, I'm like, this is not getting me keyed up to see this movie at all. Like, I'm not seeing anything in these trailers that are like, nothing's selling me on a storyline here or anything, but I mean, at some point, I'm sure I'll get around to seeing it.
Well, it'll be streaming next week, so you can watch it.
Okay, yeah, HBO, probably?
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and it's not just like you say. It's not these movies for the most part. Batman did, but it's not generating the buzz. It's like I don't know.
Yeah.
Keith saw Black Adam. He's like, it's pretty good. I don't know anybody else that's seen it. I don't get that buzz and that excitement. I don't know. So I don't know. So
here's my 14-year-old has seen it, but I haven't. That's all anything.
What do you think? I know you're a big superhero fan, Scott. Are you excited for the changes at DC? Do you think they're going in the right direction by scrapping some of these and kind of starting fresh, or are they making a mistake?
Well, we talked about this in our show, is that DC has been so far behind Marvel for so many years that they just keep coming after. A lot of times they're just throwing shit on the wall to see what sticks. Yeah. And they've been doing that for years. Mm-hmm. Now, and I'm with Nick on this. I've seen the trailers for Black Adam. The Rock is cool. He's this big, huge figure that he's been around for years, but I am not excited to see the movie. I'll watch it once it comes on HBO. But if this new direction is going to bring it back, we've been so spoiled with Marvel. Let's be truthful.
Mhm.
Marvel has spoiled us since 2008, and they continue to keep pumping out incredible stuff.
Well, they're going to crap now.
Yeah,
Well, they did take a step back.
She-Hulk was horrible. Thor: Love and Thunder was disgusting.
Oh, come
That
on.
was stupid.
She-Hulk was fun.
Yeah, like 2 episodes were great. The ones with Daredevil was
It
great.
wasn't great, but it was fun. It was poking fun at itself. Like I don't like the idea that it's canon with the rest of the universe, but it was for what it was. It was okay. I didn't like the breaking of the fourth wall.
Marvel is rethinking though.
I like
that's in the news now too. Is Marvel's kind of rethinking as Phase 4 did not hit like they thought it might. So they're They're kind of rethinking.
Well, when you started with
Phase
the
5,
Eternals, that was good dog shit.
You turned Thor into a comedian. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, see, the Eternals that was for me. There was no buzz with that one either. I've yet to see that one.
Yeah, me too.
Truthfully. But yeah, to just finish up the statement, the DC. I hope the change is in the right direction. I don't know what it looks like on the other end, but any change is a welcome change because it's been crap for a long time now. So we'll see.
Yeah, we said this on purposes too. You have some of the most recognizable superheroes, period, in Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman, and people that barely know comic books could. You show them a picture, they'll know those, and just So they have that going for them. They just got to put it together.
Can't translate.
Yeah. So all right, I'm kind of with you guys. I think it's a good direction. I think it's what they need to do.
It's hopeful.
It is hopeful, right? To do something a little bit different. Continue with some of the stuff that's working. Do you think we'll see now? They're buzzing about this too. Is there a reason now that Flash movie and the next Aquaman, there's rumors there that maybe they scrap those, or
no, they're keeping those.
Okay, does there too big budget?
Thing.
And go ahead.
Here's the thing, especially with Aquaman, and this is the thing with DC too, where I think Marvel got ahead. Jason Momoa has established himself. Game of Thrones, all type of other stuff. When you look at all the Marvel movies, smartest move they ever made was bringing in my boy to play Iron Man. That he set the whole tone for the franchise.
Yep.
Big stars in all those parts.
Mm-hmm.
What did they do in DC? Unknown. Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, unknown.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of unknown people, and I think that kind of hurt them a little bit. And when Marvel took off, they brought in the right people, big name stars. You add those known personalities to known characters, you get a big movie.
Well, I think the original idea, in my opinion, probably the original idea for Henry Cavill is the idea that you're selling Superman. You're not selling the actor. Hell, Christopher Reeve was an unknown guy. No, I agree it didn't work. But I'm saying that was probably their mindset is
because it worked with Sony.
We can put anybody in. It's
look at Hugh Jackman. Look at Hugh Jackman and Wolverine.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and even like you said, Jason Momoa. They put, people knew who Jason Momoa was. Aquaman was. That's quite possibly the worst movie I've ever seen. Like, take away superhero shit, it is the worst movie I have ever seen. Like,
it was weird.
Jesus. And actually, when we saw Black Panther 2, like Wakanda Forever, and I was sick because my son, we always give him shit because he loved Aquaman. He was, he's little, and every movie he saw, whatever newest movie he saw, was his favorite movie ever. Like, that's just how his brain worked. So, like, when he saw Aquaman, he was like all about Aquaman. I'm like, he's like, did you like it? I'm like, no. And he's like, really? And I'm like, it was really bad. And I'm like, one of my big things was like the effects, the underwater scene. So when we went to see Wakanda Forever, they got Namor and stuff, and I'm like, do you see how this is a lot? Like, you see how it can be done, like underwater scenes, to where
you're missing the whole point, Nick. Aquaman was not for us.
Right?
They knew they were going to make money on the kids because it was Aquaman, and on the women because Jason Momoa had his shirt off.
Sure, yeah. Well, my mom also loved Aquaman. I'm like,
I might be wrong on this, but there was the monologue scene in the newest Black Panther where that Namor, that guy did the monologue underwater. Like, they filmed him mouthing it the monologue scene underwater. Like he stayed under, and so there you go. Filming, Jason Momoa where the computer's making his hair go like this, and this, in Black Panther, they're filming the guy in water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's showing the commitment.
Yeah, real good point, yeah.
All right, good stuff, guys. I know we're all huge fans, so we hope the
I'm really
changes
good at
do well for DC. And right, exactly. That's right.
Here's some Dean.
That's right.
Yes.
All right, guys, we're going to take another break here, and then we're going to come back with our main segment this evening, Christmas topics.
For it or against it?
Hello, my name is Steve Porter, and I think
it.
Christmas topics should be legal in every country. Thank you. Goodbye.
I mean, do we have to, coming up, Brian, I don't know if it's on your run sheet, but do we have to talk about, are we like getting like Santa Claus moments? Like what happens if he,
Are you changing more shit that Brian didn't plan for?
But what happens if Santa wrecks his sleigh into something?
Well,
does he have insurance?
He
Because
should.
if he does, he should have Blake Insurance.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Blake Insurance is an Erie insurance agency located right here in Barberton, Ohio.
And does he need collision?
He does need collision, and that is part of the auto.
Who's he going to hit in the sky?
When he's landing on roofs. But I'm also doing
finish his read, damn it.
No, you know what? Keith brings up really good questions. I've never, you know what? That's very thought-provoking. That's a good question. Why? What's he going to hit up there?
Yeah.
Your mom. That's what he's going to hit. Sorry. So he's got...
Now, why would my mom be that high up in there, Dean?
Maybe she's on a broom. I don't know.
Damn, that is our one Patreon a month. Are you kidding me right now? You're gonna do this?
And you ruined it, Brian. You ruined it.
She's on her way home from Halloween.
It's a joke.
Have I ever told you guys my new
joke.
Have I told you guys my new nickname is the Broom?
Yeah.
Okay. Like
Dean
I was
Insurance, you say? Go ahead.
Insurance, like I was saying.
Yeah, but baby, why?
See, Blake Insurance, they provide auto, home, renters, and business insurance with honesty, decency, and affordability. Erie Insurance is above all else in service. You want to call 234-571-5359 or visit BlakeInsuranceLLC.com for your free 5-minute quote today. And when you do, please tell him that this Christmas spectacular sent you.
That's right.
Is that your
And
uncle's law firm?
What's that?
What is that, your uncle's law firm? What is
No, it's Blake Insurance. It's an insurance company.
They're above all else in service.
That's what we hear.
None of my uncles are the beauty that Aaron Blake is. So,
Oh, no.
Okay.
That's right. And Nick, I was only kidding about your mother. She's a heart of gold, Nick.
No, go ahead and backpedal now. There goes your dollar a month.
Goddamn nice.
No, she has a heart of gold, and that makes me think of another sponsor, guys, Golden Heart Tattoo. So if you're in the Northeast Ohio area, go check them out. Golden Heart Tattoo. Scott, who's done work on all of us. My two newer tattoos here. I love Twilight Zone.
Beautiful.
Oh, wow, Fish.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I know a massage parlor I like to promote.
Yeah, no, we don't. This is a family show, dude.
Have you just had a tattoo? Do you need aftercare? Well, head on over to the massage parlor.
Very demented family listens to this show, but that's okay. So Golden Heart Tattoo, you can find them goldenhearttattoos.com. You find them on Facebook at Golden Heart Norton, and give them a call, 234-706-2982 for your personal appointment. And Scott gets booked up pretty quickly, so give them a call if you want to get something done, maybe yet this year, or make a New Year resolution. Get yourself
get a new tattoo.
Get a new tattoo. Why not? Great way to start the year out in 2023. All right, so we're going to take another break, you guys, and come back with our final segment, Christmas stuff. And I'll ask Dean's permission, what we'll call it during the break.
Working title. We'll see what Dean's what we're allowed to call it.
Here are just a few of the hundreds of decorations you can save on at Kmart. A 7.5-foot tree for just $77. Decorated wreaths for just $6.99. 100-count Westinghouse lights for $3.79. Come to the Trim-A-Home department at Kmart. It has everything you need to make a holiday work of art in your home or wherever else you live. Kmart. We know how to make your holidays bright.
Welcome back, everybody, to this amalgamation of horror.
All right.
It came from Gen X, came along with Convincing Idiots, and as we expected, the FCC will be all over this. So we are on schedule, on track. I'm telling you, wow.
They got no jurisdiction here.
You guys got some issues. You guys need like a podcast therapist. Something like that.
Oh, I'm sure if there's a opening available in the podcast world, Brian will have already filled it. I'm sure he's probably has that position already.
Actually, we
producer, editor, therapist.
Not a lot of people know, but we actually, the three of us, saw a podcast therapist, and they said you guys need a divorce.
I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. Anyway, hey, you know what? Real quick, we got to give out a little bit of love here. Especially it came from Gen X. Our show is produced by the one and only Mike Skinner Jr., aka the boss, the son of our own Mike Skinner. Excellent at what he does with this show, but we really want to show some love because he got married a little over 2 weeks ago. It was a glorious ceremony in Carrollton. One of the most beautiful weddings I've seen in a long time. It was just awesome from top to bottom. The minister was a little whack, but hey, what are you going to do?
Oh, he was a lot whack.
Yeah, 1-800 preacher. What do you expect? But,
take what you can get.
Yeah, but other than that, it was just beautiful, beautiful bride, beautiful ceremony, and we want to tell her how much we love him and proud of him. You did good, son. You did good, boy. Keep that girl close with a shotgun. But also, hey, staying in tradition with the Skinners here. Very special happy birthday to my man, Dave Skinner, Mike's father, Junior's grandfather, one of the coolest dudes I know. Had a great time, Mr. Skinner, at the wedding. Kept me laughing. And we want to say happy birthday to you, my man. God bless you.
Happy birthday.
So, yeah, definitely happy birthday.
Yeah, Dave's a straight shooter.
Yeah, he really is.
Why do you think I have no damn filter?
We know now.
Yes.
I figured it out at the wedding.
I learned from the best.
Absolutely.
If we're doing oh, sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to say, to Dean, this is the 40th celebration of your bar mitzvah, and we are proud. Yes, we're proud of you. Shalom.
If you want proof of circumcision, ask me later. Now, since we're giving out shout outs, I do want to take this time to shout out Nick's mom, Jennifer.
Thank you.
What's up? Anyways, go ahead.
Hey, Jenny, Dean said, what's up?
Mom?
Guess who's coming to dinner?
Well, I tell you what, Des, the reason we're going to listen to this episode, he's going to think twice about putting
I'm getting rid of both of you on there. Yeah, I'm sure.
But shout out to Des and Boss Code Media for having us as part of his creation. He's a great dude, good friend, and sky's the limit with this guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good.
I do want to be serious and give one more shout out. I know we've made jokes throughout this whole episode, and I know you guys are waiting for the punchline, but I do want to sincerely thank Brian. You put a lot of work into all this, and I know
it's not going to make you his favorite. It's too late, so you can cut the shit.
Don't care. I could be last on the list, but I do honestly want to tell Brian how much I do appreciate him, and I know all of you. Yeah.
Likewise.
I
Say the
tell
same.
him all the
Thank
time,
you.
and he does an amazing job. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
You put a lot of work into stuff that we don't even know. So and if you play this back, I'll deny that it's me saying this going forward. But as of this moment, Brian, thank you.
Did I say that
Absolutely.
right, Brian?
Yeah. Well,
I
thank you
said
for
about
mentioning it.
promoting.
No, it's it's my pleasure. It's a creative outlet for all of us, and like I said, it's a great thing for me to stay connected with you guys. And the hope is, as we all share the same hope, that somebody listens and we give them a smile and something, and yeah. So thank
Yeah,
you, thank you.
maybe we give them a smile, they give us like $100 or something.
Yeah,
something like
could.
that. Yeah. That's a
They
nice
could.
exchange.
There's
Yeah.
means
I
to do
accept
that.
hand stuff behind it in the alley.
That's
so
right.
I'm good
They're
for
not even
anything.
listening to the podcast. They're just going straight to the end step.
That's right.
Fair.
There's means to do that on our site, like you said, on both sites. You can donate if you wish or whatever, but
Not the hand
You know,
stuff with Dean. You have to arrange that with him personally.
yeah, you have
Just to
yeah,
clear
that's-
up anything.
Now that's free, but you just have to arrange it through.
Actually, a lot of the time it's just a
Craigslist or
wide
something
stance
like
in a public bathroom.
Right,
So,
right.
Ooh.
But thanks for mentioning that. So I appreciate that. And
Absolutely,
I'll
brother.
mention something else as well. So Skinner's here with me. So next week is our birthday. Next week, both of our birthdays
Yep.
are in the same week. Skinner's is the 19th, and mine's the 22nd. So we'll get together for that next week. So it'll be nice to see everybody for that. But yeah, so Christmas birthday guys,
Gonna
right
be
here.
great.
That is
Yes,
us.
There you go.
absolutely.
Happy birthday, you guys.
Happy
That's right.
birthday.
Thank
Got
you.
another week,
Thank you,
but it's
thank
going
you.
to be a great celebration. I am going to sacrifice and come out, hang out with the fellas. It'll be good.
Very good. Yeah, I'll be glad to see you.
Keith, you're going to be there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I wasn't going to come, but yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
I worked it out with my parole officer.
Oh, good.
Ankle bracelets and white chalk, but I can't come. Yes.
That's a hell of a backdrop they give you in there too. That's real nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's like
I was
Andy
thinking-
Dufresne.
sorry.
It's being chalked. If you pull that curtain back, it's there's a hole being created.
Oh, you don't know what's back behind that thing.
You
Or
heard
what's
me
on the
call
other
her.
side of the hole. I hear that hole's glorious.
Oh, that was cheap. That
Well,
was
guys,
terrible.
speaking of parties, okay, speaking of birthday parties and Christmas parties and all that, so that is our final segment is like a Christmas party segment. So we're all at a Christmas party, and what is it? What's there for you? What are you bringing? What do you want to hear? What do you want to see? So, do you have a particular Christmas song by a particular artist that you need to hear every Christmas season? It could be multiple ones, obviously. What type of food are you looking for? That's a tradition for you at Christmas time. What type of, what movies do you want to see? If there's a room where Christmas movies are being played, what movies do you expect to see that is in your rotation every single year? Is there a TV special? So just stuff like that. So just Christmas, we don't have to do sections necessarily, but just, you could talk about a song or a movie or whatever it is that you want to see at our Convincing Idiot / It Came From Gen X Christmas party. So
It's a
If I
Christmas
may-
spectacular.
If
right.
I may, I'm gonna
Mhm.
set I'm gonna paint you a little picture here. I'm gonna set a vibe for you, okay?
Please do.
I like to think I'm gonna arrive fashionably late, right? I like to think in my head,
As you
in the
always do.
scenario I'm painting, absolutely. You four gentlemen are already there at the party, and I pull up, right? Everybody,
Oh, no. I'm black. I'm not there yet.
Yeah, right.
I'll be there 45 minutes after you. But go ahead.
Okay, so maybe I wait till a little bit later, and I'm even later than Keith, right? But everybody's there. I pull up, you look out the front window. Who is it? Who's arriving? It's Nick. And what's he pulling up on? Well, my God, he is on this stylish, state-of-the-art, sleek as shit electric bike. And everybody clamors around the window, and they go, Nicholas, where did you get this ride? Oh, my gosh. And I go, guys, fellas, what if I could tell you that you too could make it on Santa's nice list this year and score your very own electric bike. Hey, after all, we live in northeastern Ohio. Carrollton, Ohio is not too far from here.
Nope.
All you have to do is hit up our friends at RPM Bike Shop. That's right. All you have to do is give them a call, 330-808-7792. You can also, if you're watching us on Facebook right now, go up to that little search bar up there, type in RPM Bike Shop. They're the ones in Carrollton, Ohio, with all the sweet-ass electric bikes for all your electric biking needs. They also have a website, rpmbikeshop.com. Easy enough to remember, eh? Go over there, see all of the products that they have available for you, and you too can pull up to your local Christmas party in style.
Yeah,
as long as you don't live in Northeast Ohio.
From
Carrollton's not far.
No, it's
married a guy there 2 weeks ago.
There you go. That's right. Exactly. So there you go.
I didn't marry the guy. Never mind. I married the guy, and never mind.
Don't Keith. Don't ruin my fantasy.
Can I hit my tagline? I made special for this episode?
Please. I'm waiting.
So, before you dip into the eggnog, don't forget to mount your electric hog today from RPM Bike Shop in Carrollton, Ohio. RPM Bike Shop. There you go. Okay.
To the nog.
Very good.
Can I go first, Fish?
The hog.
Can I go first?
I'm going to put electrode on my balls and you can get on my hog.
What's at the Christmas party?
Actually, electric hog is something that apparently, like, my wife keeps in the nightstand. I'm not allowed to get in that drawer, but electric hog is something
that drawer makes a lot of noise.
Hey, Jimmy Neutron, calm down. All right. So, now, far as dishes. Okay,
yes.
So it's automatic. You know, you got to start with potato salad or macaroni and cheese. It's just part of the culture. You have no choice. Now, if it's an all-black Christmas party, or mostly, then you know you don't want 10 macaroni and cheeses or 10 potato salads. So we have a protocol. We find out who is the oldest person coming to the party, and therefore the potato salad falls on them. Then you have to come up with something else. So that's
why is that? Why did they get?
Yeah, I was about to have that. Is it because they're going to do it the best?
Yeah, they're going to do it
because
the right
they're older.
Way. Yeah, you don't want these new age young cooks throwing in stuff they got off the internet.
You want old school potato salad.
You want old school potato salad. Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah. Gotcha. You don't need potato salad with marmalade in it. You know, because you know Google said it or The View said it or something like that. You want grandmama's potato salad.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. So now Christmas songs.
Mm-hmm.
I got two that are just my favorite. My oldest favorite of all time is Blue Christmas by Elvis.
Sure.
Nice.
I should have known you were going to come up with that one.
I actually got to perform that a couple weeks ago at the Christmas show I was in. Just a great song, man. Just when it starts out with that, that's just the best opening line ever. But my favorite Christmas song of all time, I've heard different versions of it, but nobody did it better than Mariah Carey on her famous Christmas album of 20 years ago. But Oh Holy Night, to me, is just the most amazing Christmas song ever.
I've never heard her version before.
Oh, my God. Listen, when we get up the show, Google it, dude. It'll blow your mind.
Because that's my favorite Christmas song.
Yeah, it will blow your mind.
Okay.
Just brilliant. I worked at Quonset Hut when that album came out, and we couldn't keep it in the store. They were coming in every day looking for that album, mostly because of that song. So,
nice.
Quonset Hut was a store that sold records.
Explain that to
and
when
CDs
he said
and
it,
tapes.
I was thinking when I was a kid, I was like, that was my dream job. When I walked into a Quonset Hut, I was like, I'm going to work here someday.
It was the greatest job. It was the greatest job ever, except you didn't make any money. But it was the greatest job ever.
To this day, when I smell incense of any kind, I'm just like Quonset Hut. It's like that's exactly what it's like.
Yeah, every hour,
incense.
Every hour, everybody was in charge of music. Like, so I could play my music for a whole hour through the store. So, you know, I was blasting the Queensryche in the face warning for a whole hour. You know, you could smoke while you're standing up, eat while you're standing up. You can do anything in that store. It was great. So anyway, as far as Christmas shows, I need to see The Year Without a Santa Claus. I need to see Rudolph. And I never, ever saw It's a Wonderful Life until 5 years. Hold on.
Okay.
5 years ago, when I got to perform what they call Foley work. Foley work is when back in the day when they did shows over the radio, they didn't have all the sound effects and the cues, whatever. They had people actually in there with a table full of items making the sounds, you know. So they had a pair of shoes on a piece of wood if somebody was walking or whatever. And I got to do the Foley work for the radio version of It's a Wonderful Life. Did it for several years. And it was an amazing job. We had a tray with cornflakes in it, and we had to run our feet across it, or the shoes across it, to emulate crackling on snow. And I just fell in love with the story. Went ahead and watched the movie. I just watched it last week. I'll probably watch it again. Absolutely love it. So on snow. And I just fell in love with the story. Went ahead and watched the movie. I just watched it last week. I'll probably watch it again. Absolutely love it. So that's me.
Very good. Excellent. Good.
Yeah, actually, not a lot of people know, but Nick has done Foley work. He did many Linda Lovelace's Foley work for her movies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did a lot of the sounds, I heard.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good gig, man. It's a good gig.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get it.
Yep. All right, so Nick, why don't we go to you next? You can do like Keith did. You can mention a few things, just whatever. Just what are some of the stuff you're bringing?
Well, after I safely store my electric bike in the driveway from our bike shop, I will make my way to the inside, and there I will be holding a tray of. So this is kind of a funny story, and I'll keep it brief here. All my life, there's these specific cookies, right? We're Hungarian, German, whatever. We got these cookies. We always called them Roschkis. At least that's what my mom called them. Well, when I Googled Roschki cookies today to find out exactly how to explain them to you, if you're not familiar, we've been calling them the wrong shit for like all these years. Roschki cookies are those little cookies that look like somebody ran over a burrito and they've got fruit in the middle. Like it's a flat, like fold-over burrito thing.
Yeah.
Those are awful.
What we always called Roschkis are...
Those are Klotchkis.
Klotchkis?
Yes, those are Klotchkis.
Yes,
those are my favorite. I eat them all the time. Those
okay, so they're good. I like, and they got powdered sugar on top and stuff. Usually, sometimes people put powdered sugar and sprinkle them on top.
No, the ones with nothing on top and cream cheese, the absolute best.
Okay. What I'm talking about apparently are called Keeflies. They're like these little crescent buttered like rollover things
inside. In my mouth any day.
Inside, they've got like a fruit paste kind of thing, and they got walnuts usually like on top. They're like apparently they're like a Polish in origin like type of Christmas cookie. But I don't know if you guys ever had them. Actually, I will text a picture to you guys and pass it along once I see them this year. My mom always makes them, but they're fantastic. So that would be what I would bring, because that's just not something. I love my, frosted sugar cookies and all that stuff, but those are like kind of something that are quintessential to me from childhood, and that's always been around my family. So I would definitely have some of that. Keith kind of took my Blue Christmas Elvis. That's definitely up there. So I'll tell you what, I'll pivot to Santa Bring My Baby Back. Santa Bring My Baby Back to me from the same album, Elvis Presley Christmas album. Got to keep Elvis in there. I mentioned on a prior episode, my grandmother, who I lost this year, very close with, massive Elvis fan. She had the different Elvis Christmas ornaments on the tree that had the buttons, and they would sing the different songs. So Santa Bring My Baby Back was another one of those. And also, I got to bring another song to play just because I got to go a little old school, and I don't want to say new school because we're still talking like 80s here, but one of my favorite Christmas songs by one of my favorite bands, period. The Ramones had a song called Merry Christmas, I Don't Want to Fight Tonight. I love it. It's an up-tempo kind of punk Christmas song. It's, definitely got the bells in the background, the spirit of Christmas, but it's got that upbeat punk kind of rhythm to it. So probably bring those two songs to share with the group. When I head on over to the movie room, it's tough, man. It's really tough because there's so many classics this time of year. Year Without a Santa Claus is definitely one of them. Love the Snow Miser, Heat Miser, all that stuff. A new age one that I really enjoy was the Christmas Chronicles. But if I have to narrow it down to just one, might just have to be Jingle All the Way, because it's my favorite movie of all time, bar none. Christmas
I would have been disappointed if you didn't say that.
Favorite. It's always fucking turbo time. It's always turbo time, especially at Christmas time. So Jingle All the Way, I bring to share with the group, of course. Eggnog is another staple of Christmas time. I feel like you got to have the eggnogs. I know it's it's a very polarizing topic, right? People either love eggnog or they hate it. I love it. It's the only time of year I think people drink it. So I feel like you might as well make count. You put some whiskey in there, some bourbon, whatever you like. Just mix it up in there.
Hate it.
You hate it? Yeah, just eggnog. Like, what if you drink just eggnog without any, like, you just eggnog, you don't like the taste?
No, eggnog, period.
You know the best place for eggnog?
What's that? Where's that?
The trash.
Down the drain.
Oh, no. We
I
all
don't like drinking anything called nog. I mean,
drink that thick, juicy nog.
No.
Who wants to
I'm
drink
with you.
No, nobody likes eggnog?
I like eggnog.
You like eggnog. Of course, Brian likes eggnog. Yes. That's
Turkey
right.
Hill, by the way, Turkey Hill ice cream. They make an eggnog ice cream that comes out every year. So good.
I bet that is good.
He's just a fan of having white stuff caught in his beard. Leave him alone.
Yep. So that is my Christmas vibe. That's what I'm bringing to the party. That's what I want to eat. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to listen to. And of course, if you find Gentlemen minus Dean were there, that would be a lovely time as well.
Yeah, so I think
I'm kidding. Of course, I want Dean at my fucking party. Yeah.
Skinner, what do you got?
Well, just like with Nick, he took our thunder with Blue Christmas. That's just classic Christmas. That's going to come to the table. So if I got to pivot, I'm going to pivot to another classic. It's called Christmas in Dixie by the band Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
It's a country classic. And go back even further to 1946 for Bing Crosby and White Christmas. There, too, is another song that I will listen to over and over again. He's also in a movie called White Christmas, which that takes me into the movies. I watch it every year with my mom till she died, which was 7 years ago on her birthday, December 10th.
There's no black people in it.
No, there isn't. You're right. It's called White Christmas.
The train, everything arrives on time.
Did the name of the movie give it away?
The show starts on time. The train arrives on time.
But with my mom, we watch that every single year. I'd come over.
But the Christmas basketball game was 14-3.
Right. Here I am trying to be sentimental, and he's throwing freaking jokes about black guys. No, it's okay. But White Christmas, if you've never seen the movie,
Skinner, I respect you. Don't worry about these two fools.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks, team. If you're not watching White Christmas, then you got to watch Bad Santa. I mean, we're going to go from one to the other.
Oh, yeah.
Bad
That's a gift. That's always when I wrap presents. I have to watch that movie.
If you haven't seen the second one, it's not as good as the first.
Terrible.
But it's freaking hilarious.
Terrible.
So into that, go back to us being kids, Brian and Keith. We used to wait every single year for Yogi Bear Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that.
Every single year. I remember as a kid, I couldn't wait.
I've seen that.
That was on every night. Whether it was ABC or NBC, it was on for
was that on the radio?
7 days straight.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Are you being funny,
on the radio because there was no TV back then?
He's trying.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You're very funny, Dean.
But it was a 1 hour special, and they played it, and it was 7 days this thing was on, and it was just the greatest thing as a kid. And what else we got here? Oh, Christmas dinner. I'm bringing Christmas dinner. I'm going to bring a strawberry rhubarb pie because there's no other better pie than strawberry rhubarb. That's what's coming.
Yeah. Nice. No, Dean, we gathered at the town hall for the reading.
Yes, that's right.
Hey, I got to say something real quick. I was thinking about when I saw the question about traditions, I was like, wow, we don't have any Christmas tradition in my family. And I take that back. I just thought of one. And there's one, and it's not just me, but it's like mostly like all black people. It goes along with the music. All gather around and sing This Christmas by Donny Hathaway. It just got adopted as like the black Christmas song. Since I was a little kid. That record
it's called This Christmas?
That's by Donny Hathaway. Every black family gets together and plays and sings that
this
song.
This Christmas will be a very
special Christmas. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that song. Okay.
Yeah.
Chris Brown remade it, but he ain't Donny Hathaway.
Yeah, well, there was a movie. Yeah, the movie with Chris Brown in it, and Idris Elba was in it, and that was a good movie. I went and saw that in theater actually.
Okay. Just made me think of that when we were talking about songs and traditions.
Well, luckily, starting today, as you guys out there are listening to this, this is now going to be your Christmas, every year. This is tradition. This is what you will do every year. Listen to the combined Christmas spectacular.
That's right.
Run now,
every year, and you will look forward to it.
Yep. That's right. Yep. So beyond the Patreon version of this someday, Dean. So what else? What are you bringing?
Oh yeah, where we all do the Winnie the Pooh thing. Yeah. What I have actually is I'm gonna walk in the door.
I know right where I'm gonna stick those antlers.
Don't threaten me with a good time. So I'm gonna walk in the door with a big old pot of green bean casserole.
They're gonna say weed. Shit.
That's in the pocket. That's trust me. That's at the end of the night with whoever's left. You kind of sit out back.
Green bean casserole. You're the guy that gives socks for Christmas, aren't you?
And appreciates them because I enjoy a comfy gift. Come on, green bean casserole is amazing. I have up until this year, I don't think I knew how many people were against green bean casserole. I just thought it was a given.
I love it. Not at a party though.
Dude, that's the first thing I go to is a green bean casserole.
And he wore his mustard yellow cardigan to this party, so of course he brought green bean fucking casserole to the party.
Dean goes to Christmas parties at the nursing home with the staff.
Nick, first of all, green is an ugly color on you, sir. You jealous little man. So yes, green bean casserole. And the other thing I'm bringing is my father used to make, and he still does. It's salami roll-ups. You take the salamis, you put cream cheese in it, just roll it up. The combination of the two is amazing.
I ate 40 of them shits at Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
I haven't had that in a while. It does sound good.
It's so good. So that's what I'm bringing to the party.
Right.
And then
don't invite Dean.
You didn't even need my food choice to make that decision. Trust me. So I'm going to go into the next room, and the movie I'm going to watch, and you guys have already said it, but It's a Wonderful Life.
Ernest Saves Christmas. Oh,
yes.
It's a Wonderful Life. Actually, Megan and I have tickets on the next week, on the 18th, which makes me think that we have to check scheduling.
Sunday.
Oh, okay, good. So
the Tinseltown you're going to?
Yep, they're playing. We're
doing it Wednesday. We got tickets for Wednesday.
We will be there with you then.
Oh, cool.
Where? You didn't say
Tinseltown.
Tinseltown. They're playing it on the big screen, and we got tickets to see It's a Wonderful Life.
I have to see if there's still tickets for that left.
You should.
There might be a few seats left. To go online.
Absolutely.
I'll check that out. Anyways, go ahead. It's a Wonderful Life.
Well, shit. Remember when we all went to see Poltergeist? There was tickets available. So
sure.
I'm just saying, is you could check, and I think you'll be fine.
I'll take a look.
And then on my music, if I'm going over to the record player, I am putting on Nat King Cole, "Oh Holy Night."
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Hell, I'm putting on the whole Christmas album of Nat King Cole. To me, he is the ultimate Christmas album for me. And next to my record player, I have at least 5-6 different Christmas albums.
I gotta hear his version of that song.
From Nat King Cole. It is the best. It is haunting. Yeah. It's beautiful. It's amazing.
I'll listen to that. You listen to Mariah's. I'm telling you to bust your head.
And I'll tell you another one. It's a sleeper. "Oh Holy Night," Kenny Rogers.
Oh,
if you like that twang and country,
I love Kenny Rogers. Yeah,
Kenny Rogers. I got to see Kenny Rogers, his third to last concert before he died.
I just thought he made chicken. Oh, he sings too.
No, he sings too. It's beautiful too. You don't know what you don't know what you're going to get with him because he's the gambler. So
that's true. That's true.
So, other than that, with the music, what other rooms am I going into, gentlemen?
The movie room. The movie.
Well, I already did. It's a Wonderful Life. That's what I'm playing.
Okay.
So, I mean,
like mine.
Right. Other than the Devil's Mistletoe that we smoke later,
The Devil's Mistletoe.
You like
I
that?
like that.
It just came to me right there.
I love it. That's the one great thing you've ever said. I love it.
Thank you. Pretty proud of that one. I'm gonna go out in the high, and that's what I got.
That's it.
Copyright that sucker quick.
That's right. The Devil's Mistletoe.
Yes.
All right, a couple things I got here, guys. So Christmas time, I like to have ham. Give me a nice ham.
Really?
With gravy.
Maybe some. I never had the ham gravy. Still.
Oh,
this is
I
Harvey's
should have said it,
fucking
shouldn't I?
slacking.
I should have done that. Yeah.
And then cheesy potatoes. So
yes, with the like they're burnt on the top and the crusty
like
little
the
ones.
gratin type deal. Yeah. That was my parents did that every year. My mom still does that today. It's simple, but there was a Christmas tradition was cheesy potatoes, ham, and then all the sides and all that.
And when that cheese got on the ham pieces too, like that flavor.
Oh yeah. Heck yeah. You take the ham and scoop up the rest of the cheese on the plate and stuff. Yeah, good stuff.
I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Yeah, sounds good, doesn't it?
Forget porn. I'm going to go masturbate to that.
My grandparents always had this tub of sugar cookies that they would put out, and we'd go over there at Christmas evening. So the grandparents that lived here, my mom's parents, and I never knew what they were. I think what they were tasty cake cookies, and they still make them today in the same type of tub. It's like the sugar cookies and the stars.
Is it the blue tin?
It's not a tin. It's like a cardboard plastic. It looks like a tin, but it's like a paper tin, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's like a paper tub of cookies with a little window and stuff in it. Man, my mom got those. Surprised me a couple years ago at Christmas time because I was trying to describe what they were. She just found them at Acme, and I'm like, these are them. I think it was the same. So it just takes me back to grandparents' house and all that type of stuff. Just great cookies. Christmas songs. I mean, you guys mentioned a couple already. Blue Christmas is also on my list with Elvis, one of my favorites of all time. Certainly, I think my favorite Christmas song. My favorite Christmas song, period, is "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas." I love that. I just love it. It's very uplifting, optimistic, and all that.
Bing Crosby, right?
Yes, his version of that. Judy Garland's is right there, though. It's like like right with him, but the Bing Crosby version.
That whole album of Bing Crosby's Christmas is amazing.
I could say this probably about any song, but like Michael Bublé does an incredible job. And like Michael Bublé, every Christmas song, like is right, but I mean, like he's like a cheat code for Christmas songs.
Who's the other guy? Groban.
Josh Groban. Yeah.
That's like saying, oh, you should hear his version. Of course, their versions are amazing. I
was trying to think. I'm like, what other voice do I hear when I hear that song? And it's Bublé, of course.
Yeah.
But that one's that's up there. And then there's so many I could name here. I love the Christmas Waltz by Frank Sinatra. That version of Christmas Waltz is just beautiful. And then New Year's is right there too. So Auld Lang Syne, there's so many versions of that, right? But the classic Guy Lombardo Orchestra, that is that song to me. It's just an instrumental that reminds me of my grandparents, that's staying up late here on New Year's Eve, watching Guy Lombardo. He televised that for years and years and years. It just makes me think of them as well. All kinds of songs I could name, but those are some that stand out for me. As far as TV shows, you guys mentioned a couple already, but every year I have to watch
Christmas.
Alf? No. No. Santa Claus is coming to town. The story of Santa Claus, how he came to be, the old Rankin Bass. Year Without a Santa Claus, you already mentioned that too with the Heat Miser. Gold Mine, awesome. The songs, just great. Yep. Mrs. Claus, fantastic. The original, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. The 30-minute special with Boris Karloff narrating. Fantastic. Just a great story to be anyways. And then in my movies, it's not Christmas time until I watch, so it's Christmas Vacation. Right. Just love it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's a guy trying to make a nice Christmas for his family. Love it. Especially with having children. It changes your whole perspective. You become Clark Griswold over the years.
Yeah.
Could I be your Uncle Eddie?
That's a good point.
Sure.
You are, Ed. There's nobody better fit. Yeah.
Miracle on 34th Street. I watched that the other night. I have to watch that every year. Just fantastic. It's also It's a Wonderful Life on there. Bad Santa, Nick, you mentioned it too. I do the same thing. I wrap presents and watch Bad Santa. It's my little tradition for myself. I'm not going to. I don't expect anybody to watch that movie with me.
Right? Yeah, it's my thing. Yeah,
but I did. Do
you remember?
We'll get together and wrap gifts and watch that movie.
I like that.
Yeah,
do you guys remember the poster for Bad Santa?
What about it?
I want to redo the poster for Bad Santa and
with us.
Yeah, you as Santa Claus, Nick obviously is the elf, and I want to be the sexy girl in the background.
Yep.
Nothing says Christmas like a drunk Billy Bob Thornton violating somebody's back door in the dressing room. Yeah, that's very Christmassy, guys.
Of all the Christmas movie quotes, you're not going to shit right for a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's beautiful.
It's up there. You got the in Miracle 34th Street when the guy that plays Santa says Christmas is not it's a frame of mind.
Yeah,
I thought that's a great one. And the Billy Bob Thornton. You're not going to shit right
for a week. Yeah. And how incredible is John Ritter that I'm no censor, but what a man does in the women's plus size dressing room is his business. I don't agree with the Clinton impeachment, but this is just with children. Yeah.
I love
Fantastic. Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that's a great one. And the Billy Bob Thornton. You're not going to
shit right for a week. Yeah. And how incredible is John Ritter that, I'm no censor, but what a man does in the women's plus size dressing room is his business. I don't agree with the Clinton impeachment, but this is just with children. Yeah.
I love
Fantastic. Yeah.
And then Elf has made my list now every year for years. When I first saw that movie, I thought it was kind of like a goofy, dumb movie. Will Ferrell was being too Elf.
Oh, yeah, I love Elf.
Now it's become just a tradition, and I love it. Yeah. Anyway, and Die Hard also. Watch it.
Sure, of course.
And what did I forget here? I think that's it. I
Jingle All the Way is the one you didn't say.
He didn't forget that at all. No,
well, fellas, Escobar made it snow.
There is one movie I'm surprised none of us had said.
Okay,
that's Jim Carrey's version of The Grinch.
That is a good one. Yeah,
I've never seen it.
Yeah, really?
You've not seen Jim Carrey's version? Oh, you got to watch it, dude.
I haven't seen it.
Okay. I'm not against it. It's one that just never came on my radar.
Yeah. His portrayal of the Grinch is spot on. It's absolutely great.
Actually, when I think of the main three Grinch movies that I think they made a new one back in 20. I don't know.
The cartoon one?
16 or whatever. Which was not bad. And then the original one, and that's kind of just because I think it was maybe my era of when it came out, but I think of that one primarily, that Jim Carrey one, and it is very good. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, the visuals and everything was pretty good. That's a movie that Peyton got turned on to when she was a very little kid. So we would watch that movie repeatedly. It didn't matter it wasn't Christmas time necessarily. She just loved that movie. So that movie always makes me think of little tot Peyton running around watching that movie. She still likes it to this day. Matter of fact, last Christmas I gave her a copy of that. She didn't own one. I got her a copy of The Grinch so she can watch it herself whenever she wants to on DVD. So
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be remiss. Real quick, I just and I think I've mentioned it last year or whatever. But one of my favorite quotes. It's from Saturday Night Live Weekend Update. Kevin Nealon looks at the camera and says, "Kenny G has a new album out. Happy birthday, Jesus! I hope you like crap."
That's good.
Again, I love Kenny G. I love that. He's an amazing artist, but it's still a funny joke. I love it.
Here, Dave.
I did have one more question, by the way. So, Dina, you mentioned you just saw Violent Night. So, Violent Night is obviously a new movie.
Yes.
And now that's something that's newer. That's a lot of the stuff we've mentioned is
I will
stuff
watch
from
that
the
every
80s
year now.
Right. So, Is there anything newer, guys, over the last few years where it may not be quite as known that you've got turned on to that sort of now become something that you work into your traditions now? So whether it be a movie or a show or something like that. Nick, what do you got?
An easy one for me. This is a layup. Christmas Chronicles with Kurt Russell as Santa Claus. Sure. We've talked about it.
It's good.
The first one, the second one kind of sucked, I think, but the first one was so good. Goldie Hawn, Mrs. Claus at the end, and everything was just, it was a really heartfelt story. It was really cool. It was modern. And I mean, Kurt Russell, you can put that guy in anything. And I mean, I'm going to watch it, but he's an incredible Santa Claus. And like, it was just, that's, I think it was 2016 or something like that came out 2017. And that's one that like, we have now watched every single year. My kids love it. And we all love it. It's a good one.
That scene when they're locked up and they do the song.
It's Christmas, Elvis Christmas time, pretty much.
Yes, that is absolutely incredible scene.
Yeah. They got Springsteen's guitar player in there too, playing the guitar.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's very cool.
That's a good one. Keith, you have a newer thing or all your stuff is all older traditional type stuff?
Old stuff. Haven't seen anything new that caught my eye. So
okay.
I got one that's not necessarily new, but what was it? For President, 1975 For President, starring Linda Lovelace. Every time around this year.
Why has Linda Lovelace been mentioned in this show like several times?
You started it earlier. I'm just doing callbacks, brother.
I know it.
Got them all revved up. Now here we go.
I don't know where that came from.
Don't call up porn stars and not expect me to keep it going.
I just heard one show, Pablo Escobar, Make It Snow. Yeah, that was a good show.
The Miracle of Christmas.
Yes.
Skinner, do you have anything newer that's kind of become a tradition over the last few years?
No, nothing's really come out that's struck our fancy, I guess, lack of a better phrase. But Violent Night is definitely one that I want to go check out.
You guys have to see it.
There's another one with the Grinch. Grinch is supposed to be this evil.
Yes.
Oh my god!
It's called You're a Mean One.
The mean one.
The mean one.
And that's another one I want to check out. So those might be my new favorites.
Oh my god!
If they're that good.
I watched Krampus this year. My son had me watch it, and again, it's silly. It's
Krampus.
I mean, it is what it is. It wasn't trying to take itself too seriously, but it's a fun horror type Christmas movie. It was, again, I don't know if I'll watch it again, but it was fun.
Did you guys see Ho Ho Ho, the Kardashian documentary? No, just kidding.
I got two newer ones for you guys you should check out if you have not already. So last year, 8-Bit Christmas.
Okay,
with
I've
Neil
seen that
Patrick
on HBO.
Harris.
Yep.
So very, very good. It's a story of a young kid. So Neil Patrick Harris tells a story of how he got his first Nintendo. How he was going, but it turns out to be, I won't spoil it, but a very moving story between a father and son. So 8-Bit Christmas. Check that out. And also on Netflix in 2019, Claus, Klaus. So Claus.
Yeah, I remember that.
Claus is voiced by J.K. Simmons.
That's good.
And Norm Macdonald is in this, one of his last great roles. He's terrific in this movie. It's a story of how Santa Claus came to be. It's just a interesting take on how Santa Claus came to be. So animated, the animation is beautiful. I think it won an Academy Award, or was at least up for Academy Award or something like that.
Okay.
But you can find it out there. So definitely family viewing, worth a watch for sure if you're not seeing either one of those. Go ahead.
Can I mention, you talk about new things. Nothing new that I like, but can I mention something new that I don't like?
Sure.
My sister sits and watches.
You're going to say me, aren't you?
No. Dean in the Christmas hat. No. My sister,
you're not new. You're 40 something, so you're not necessarily.
That's true.
He's new to him.
My sister sits and watches Lifetime like for all day long, and they got all these Lifetime shows and movies, and I'll catch 20, 30 minutes of it if I'm in there. They're the corniest, crap I've ever seen in my life.
I'm watching them for the first time this year.
Everybody in the town is 160 pounds or under. You know, everybody's beautiful. Everybody has new clothes on. Wherever they live is like spotless clean.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, what is
it's
this?
always a rustic barn situation where it's like kind of country but modern at the same
exactly.
time.
And this woman who's not quite pretty but better than cute, you know,
Right.
falls in love with the stranger.
And every of the male love interest either has a beard or a good 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, you're right, right. He's very rustic.
And they're brunette.
manly.
Yep, yeah. That I mean, there's a type.
I hate those movies. I just want to throw up. They're all the same.
Yeah, I've said it on past episodes. Megan and I are watching them for the first time this year. We get, we sit there together, and it's almost like a mystery science theater 3000, type deal where you're just making fun of them, enjoying it, having fun with them. But we've seen quite a few so far.
Cool.
And they're awful.
By the way, guys, one night, if we can work it in somewhere, you mentioned Mystery Science Theater 3000. I have a Mystery Science Theater 3000 box set. There's tons of them out there. But one of the ones I have, which you can find on streaming now too, frankly, is Santa Claus. So it's the Mystery Science Theater doing Santa Claus. It's a story of Santa Claus fights the devil. There you go.
I got a better idea.
It is fantastically horrible, fun. Yeah, that might be something where you have maybe something from your trip to Michigan, Nick, and just sort of and watch that. If you can work it in somewhere yet before New Year, that would be a fun evening for sure.
Hey, you go to Michigan, you stay there.
I would love to. Believe me, I absolutely love it there.
Nick likes the laws up there. If you know,
my light bulb just went off. We should do a Mystery Science Theater. We should watch a movie and crack on it and film it, record it.
That's sure.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I like that. We could plan it. We'll coordinate.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right. Any other traditions? Anything else, guys, you want to bring to the party? I know it's getting kind of late here. What? Anything else anybody wants to mention?
We take my dad money for the commissary.
That's a nice tradition.
Yeah,
very nice. Very nice. One day he'll join for that ham dinner, perhaps. And bring the potato salad.
Well, I did want to ask, Porter Skinner, have you guys ever heard of ham gravy?
Cam gravy?
Ham gravy.
Oh, ham gravy. There's nothing better.
I've never heard of it.
Skinner, so you've heard of it. Ham gravy. It's like a sweeter gravy made from the juice of the ham.
It's great stuff.
Thank you.
New to me.
But it's a white man's. It's a white thing. You wouldn't understand.
I guess. I
caught on.
But no,
everything come out of your mouth, Skinner, is a white thing, dude. I don't need a clue.
Hold on.
No,
if you play your cards right, some things going into his mouth might be black.
all that rapping you do, Skinner, is thrown off. You know, right?
Yeah, no kidding. So while we're thinking about it, next time the Elvis impersonator is at the Barberton Moose, Nick's got to go with us. If he's an Elvis fan, like he said.
Oh, yeah.
Fellas, I took him to the Barberton Moose, so it was an Elvis impersonator, and the blue hairs that were in the audience were staring more at Keith, belting out every single note to every song than they were watching
every single word.
Yes, they were watching him more than they were watching the entertainer that was up front.
Nice.
Yeah, Lynn and Mike were at that show with the Barberton Moose.
Oh, okay. That was he was awesome.
He was good.
Yeah, he needs a bigger presentation.
Was it Mike Albert, the guy that used to always be at the
No. But what I said, Mike and Lynn, Megan's mom and her husband. The Elvis impersonator is one of Mike's friends.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And they were at that show at the Moose just a bit ago with them.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, it was early October, I think it was. Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
All right, well, brothers, I think we started another Christmas tradition.
Yes,
Dean said earlier.
Absolutely. We'll run it by Dean and see if it's okay. But yeah.
Yep. We'll run it past we'll check all the names of the segments and all that prior next time.
Yeah,
so we don't
absolutely.
get scolded on the air. So we'll make sure we do that.
I'll let you know if I approve or not.
Yeah, thank you. Anybody have any announcements?
Do a
Keith, do you
thumbs
have
up,
any
thumbs
announcements?
down deal.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
I do
Go ahead,
actually. Hubba. So, first announcement I want to announce is if you are in the local Akron area on December 17th, that's this Saturday, a couple of days, from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Now, our fourth member, John Coach Cooper, his lovely wife, Amy, is not only one of my best friends, but a business partner and myself. And we've been coming together to help do things for the homeless and whatnot. We have a group called Hallie's House and another one here called Impact. And on December 17th from 3 to 6, this will be the second annual Winter Essentials Drive for the homeless in the Akron area. We're taking in tents, sleeping bags, tarps, winter boots, underwear, socks, hand soaps, flashlights, winter gloves, meal cards, and one-day Metro bus passes. And that is at the Peter Martin Center. I don't even have an address on here for that. That would be helpful. Oh, here it is. I'm sorry. Yeah, hey, just look it up. Google it.
I got all these hand soaps and these underwear, and I don't know where to take it.
All right, 361 Northeast Avenue, Talmadge, Ohio. The Peter Martin Center. It's a 501c, but bring something by. And also, if you're in the Akron area, you're listening, my group, Hallie's House, we're taking coats and hats and gloves. We're going to be taking to the homeless each weekend now through Christmas up at Hyde Park in downtown Akron. The gloves should be new. The hat should be new. But if you have a coat sitting around or whatever, hey, get a hold of me. I'll pick it up, whatever. So that's all I got.
All right, Keith, brother, when this show airs, it's going to air. We're going to drop this on Monday.
Oh,
so
that's
it's gonna
right.
be past. That's all right. No. But you mentioned that. So where could they find information on Hallie's House to help if people want to help out there after the weekend? Go ahead.
Go to Facebook and look me up, Keith Porter. You can send me a friend request or a message. The Hallie's House website should have been up a couple weeks ago, but it will be up soon. But you can just message me direct, Keith Porter or Amy Cooper. That's spelled AIMEE Cooper, and get in touch with us. We're going to have a really, really big get together where we're going to make them gift bags for the homeless. And if you're not giving back, you're not living, man. That's the way I look at it.
Absolutely. And if you're listening out there, you can also, if you wish, to contact the It Came From Gen X Facebook page or email. We'll get you the information you're looking for if you're looking to get involved at all to help folks out.
Yes.
Very good.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
That's right.
Okay.
Keith, you're
All
a
right.
good man. You know that? You're a good man.
And
Absolutely.
I'm just a man. Let history make us. No, too much Star Trek. just be a man and let history decide.
Skinner, any announcements or anything you have, sir?
Nope. Just waiting for Christmas for the zoo.
Anybody in your house sick or pregnant?
Yeah.
No, for the first time in 2 years.
Yes. Wow.
Good
Wow,
Lord,
yeah.
I don't know when I would say that list, but no.
I know, right?
Everybody's
Either-
healthy and nobody's pregnant, so we're
Either
good.
got the flu or a boo.
Right.
Dean, any announcements? Anything, sir? You have?
Yeah, actually, I do. I do. We don't normally do this, but actually, I do. I just want to say that if you see Michael Skinner out in public and stuff, he really enjoys hugs. So go up and embrace him. He won't tell you, and he might pretend that he doesn't like it, but he enjoys you to caress his left butt cheek more than the right. But get both. But get the left one, a good firm one.
And lick his face. Yeah. Lick his face. He likes that. Lick his face.
Right. And if a finger slips out and goes somewhere, hey. That's life.
The left cheek's where the surgery was done. So yeah, you're absolutely right on
exactly. See, well, I know. Hey, I'm doing the Lord's work here. So
yeah, there you go. I appreciate that.
I know a good massage parlor.
Let's talk off air.
All right, I'll just add before I throw it over to Nick. Again, brothers, thank you. It's a pleasure again doing these shows with you, and whether we have 10 or 30 or 3,000 listeners or whatever it is, it's just the fact that we all come together and do this every week. We've been doing it for years, literally both shows.
Yep.
For years.
That's awesome.
And which is amazing commitment on our part, frankly, because not a lot of podcasts manage to do that. It's hard even just to have a phone call with friends every single week on a regular basis, and we do that. True. We do this every single week and set time aside from all our crazy busy lives, ups and downs. We still do this together. So thank you. It is a pleasure. I look forward to continuing to do more.
We're going on 100
in the new year.
Idiots. We're close to 100.
We are 100. We are 119.
We're past 100.
This will be 120 for us, and this will be 91. Yeah. 91 for It Came from Gen X. So it's
sometime in February for us.
Yeah, it'll be a year in February. We'll be doing It Came from Gen X. Absolutely. So yeah, pretty amazing. So thank you.
I want to say thank you guys.
Absolutely.
Love you guys.
Yep. Same here.
And Nick,
thank you guys for coming out. Yeah, absolutely.
Any announcements or anything you have, sir? And then what should Nick do now that we have guests here? So do you have any suggestion? Nick typically does like a outro and some type of character. That's sort of become our thing here. So what do you think, Dean? Should we have Skinner or Keith kind of help?
I think they should. If they have an opinion or a suggestion, please.
Yeah.
As we're both sitting here with deer and headlights.
I didn't know we did this.
Right. No. Well,
go ahead.
Well, first of all,
that's why Keith
was not there. Keith, Nick does it when he does the outro, and he says where to find him. He does it in character a lot of times. And I give suggestions on what character he should do. Even if you don't know he can do the character, you give it to him, and he does his best.
I'll give it my best shot.
The worst case scenario, it sounds like Bill Clinton. when he can't do a character,
for example,
they
told me to do an outro in Brian before, and it turned into Barack Obama, unbeknownst to me. Yeah. And that's just how it ended.
So do you have a suggestion of the character Nick should do the outro in?
Okay, the show keeps freezing. So what did you say again?
Okay.
When Nick does the outro.
Nick does the outro in characters. So you can give him any character you want, even if you don't know if he can do it. He'll give it a shot. Worst case is it's awful and it's really funny. Best case is he's good at it and it's super funny. So
okay.
And we normally stick
Throw it
to
at me.
Something
topical we usually do, but if it doesn't have
something that we may have talked about, but sometimes you can just be wild and just say, "Oh, I'd like to hear him do this voice."
Okay, well, to honor Skinner, how about talking about giving to the homeless this Christmas in the voice of Nicolas Cage?
Oh, Nick Cage.
Okay. There you go.
Wow.
I was thinking Nick Cage. That's fine. When you said honor Skinner, I'm like, ooh. Yeah.
Our good friend.
All right.
Good
Here's
friend.
the thing.
I would have said Luke Cage, but ain't no brothers allowed over here, so I'll go with Nick Cage. Yes.
Actually, Luke Cage might be funny, but might not be appropriate for him.
Yeah, you're right. Where my money? No,
All right, Keith, I really respect your decision there. I think you did a great pick by having me do Nick Cage. I think giving to the homeless this time of year is really commendable and fantastic. Along with that, I think another fantastic and commendable thing is to go ahead and subscribe, rate, and review Convincing Idiots, and It Came from Gen X. That's right. This season, if you're in the spirit of giving, I think you should go on over to our Linktree. It's LINKTREE. Just go ahead and Google it. It's right there for you. Go ahead and search for Convincing Idiots Linktree, and It Came from Gen X Linktree. There. Let me tell you, you're going to find all kinds of really great stuff there, okay? It's going to be fantastic. It's going to blow your mind, okay? You're not going to fucking believe it. It's going to be great. And then you can also head on over to our websites. That is convincingidiots.wordpress.com. And hey, guess what? It came from genx.wordpress.com. You can also find us on, BAM! Boss Code Media. We're right there for you all the time. We're right there. Des is going to hook you up. It's going to be great. It's going to blow your mind. Fill you with Christmas spirit. Everything you need right there for you. So, for this joint episode of Convincing Idiots, and it came from Gen X, I am Millennial Nick Cage.
I am the Zennial they call Dean.
I'm Brian, Gen X.
I'm Skinner, Gen X.
And I'm Porter, Gen X. Nick, you forgot to hit the fingers. Make sure you subscribe.
Make sure you subscribe. All right? Get in there. Yeah, don't be afraid. Get it.
Awesome.
Have we convinced you to join us for another merry season of both It Came From Gen X and Convincing Idiots?
Yes, I'm looking to be adopted. If anybody's interested, get me up on the Facebook dating app. I don't care how old you are.
Hey, did you like that video? You know you did, and we know you did. So stop screwing around and go like that video, subscribe to our channel, and join us for some more.
Thank you for checking out this week Convincing Idiots and
Nope. Fuck nope.
That boy is
Fuck
smooth.
no.
Shit.
That was smooth as the baby's ass.
I could feel the bumps in every bone in my body as we went over the fucking. It's fucking.
That
all over
boy
the
is smooth.
Yeah.
Like a Texas highway.
That was as bumpy as Nick with hemorrhoids. All right.